Comrades, today is March 3rd, 2026, and the current time is 1916. The Institute has received positive feedback from our one-day trial of the new broadcast schedule, and thus, for the time being, we will be maintaining the new schedule until further notice. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello, I'm alive. Isn't that crazy? Hello, comrades. Good evening. How are all of you? I didn't post this yet on Discord, but I think I'm probably going to cancel this Thursday's stream, which was supposed to be Star Sector, on account of needing to spend some time with family due to certain things happening that are in fact related to current events, which is all I'm gonna get into it. But just like as a quick heads up, yeah, don't expect to stream on Thursday, because I'm basically gonna have to do some related things. I'm safe, don't worry, I'm perfectly safe. It's some of the other individuals involved may or may not be when this is all said and done. So that's all I'm gonna really say about it. I don't really want to get into it too much, but just it's just an FYI as to what may or may not be happening, because, you know, things happen, and there's a lot of things happening. Quite a bit. So anyways, how are all of you, comrades? How are you all doing? Y'all having a fun, what is today, Tuesday? I think people are liking the new schedule, so I'm glad at least we get to try it out a bit more and hope that it's something that maybe, you know, we'll probably maintain in the future. And if people don't like it, then that's fine too. If you don't like it, then maybe we'll go back to the old schedule. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what I was doing here. So I can't really deconstruct anything, so I think we just leave. I can't take the shuttle with me, can I? Or can I? Wait, can I take the shuttle? Hold on. I can't dismantle it. Wait a second. Give me a second. I have an idea. Actually, no, I think last time I tried it doesn't work. That's right. Okay. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello, Sun and Zoingo and Gold Run and Fadaven Greywind and Ray, and congrats Ray for being first, and I think I already said Golden Ruds. I think that's everyone who said anything so far, and Zoingo, obviously. How are all of you doing? I know, again, we're trying out the new schedule, and hopefully it's something that people like. We are going to try to get out of this tile. I don't really want to be here anymore. I think the way I was doing things before isn't working anymore, so we got the grav ship engine. I don't know if we have to destroy it. I don't remember how this works. So I think I'm wondering if we need to destroy the pilot console. I'm trying to remember like the exact steps I need to do before we can like get out of here, and I can't remember. So let me see if I can figure this out. So we're gonna draft and just try to destroy this, and that might work, do something maybe? I don't know. Yeah, because I think everything just kind of gives... Oh yeah, so you have to destroy that. Okay, so if I remember this correctly, I should be able to reform the caravan, go here, and then if I remember how to cheese this correctly, I can grab everything, and then perfect. Okay, so I can grab that, and then the components, and I should be able to grab some of the... here we go. Yes, it did work. Perfect. Okay. I knew this is how this worked. Okay, so the way the cheese works is that if you clear the map, and you claim everything, you can just grab the objects that are a little too heavy, or like all these things, and then they become yours forever. So in this case, I'm going to essentially steal 2 pilot sub-persona cores and probably grab a few battery power cells while I'm at it. So is it cheesy? Yes, incredibly so. But you know what? It's Rimworld. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive in these trying times. Okay, everyone out here doing their best to kill you. You might as well make use of it. I'm gonna leave Ray behind though, and I'm gonna send everyone back over here. Make sure we have everything I want. Okay, and then with that in mind, I'm going to then grab a different stack of people and route them back to the other place, just so we can kind of grab that other stuff. So I need to grab whoever can carry a lot of things. So I guess Alana's coming along to be a mule, and Sweet Todd, and I guess we can carry 20 kilograms of stuff, so that's a thing. Bring on Holy. Basically, anyone who's got like a decent amount of carrying capacity is gonna have to basically become a mule, essentially. So that's where we're at. Yeah, good stuff, isn't it? So that's one caravan, and the other one will be swapping positions soon. Anyways, yeah. In other fun news, I got my Steam Deck today, which came in a lot faster than I had anticipated, considering I ordered that thing only on Friday, and it's Tuesday, and it came in the mail. I was like, oh, neat. I do not have any accessories for this thing. It's literally just the bare Steam Deck, and I have basically tried to download a few games on it that I can maybe play later. So Metal Gear Solid 5, Persona, Rabbit and Steel, basically a lot of the more simple games that I think I can pick up and play. I'm mostly going to be using it as like a JRPG machine, quite frankly, an indie games machine. So I'm excited to at least give it a shot and play in bed more. You finally cleared Rabbit and Steel normal extra with a friend's help. Oh, congratulations. But you have to clear it on hard to unlock characters, or you have to clear extra like 15 million times to unlock all the characters. You know I'm right. You know to unlock all those characters, you gotta play on extra a bunch of times. I hope you are ready for that. It's not that bad. You'll be fine, probably. You'll be fine. You just have to believe, okay? Believe in yourself, and it'll probably be okay. Also, I forgot Ray's injured here. You don't like aiming? Wait, what class are you playing anyways? Oh my gosh, why is the game locked? What's causing a slowdown? Are we under attack? Why is the game slowing down? Huh. That's odd. You know the easiest solution? Play a class. Okay, if you're playing Dancer, you don't have to aim. Your abilities don't really matter. Like, you don't really have to aim. What are you talking about? You just spam special whenever it's off cooldown, and then you just spam your primary whenever you can. Oh, if you're spamming secondary, but your secondary does less damage than your primary. In which case, that's a you problem. All right, here we go. So now I've got my pack mules here, and now we're just gonna reform the pack mule caravan, go back over there, and now I can grab everything else that I didn't grab the first time. So we're gonna grab let's see here, the vanometric power cell. We could grab these extra weapons that we're finding, although I don't think I really care too much about any of these. Maybe the PKM is fine. And then we will take, these are all tainted gear, so I really don't care. I definitely want to take these pilot sub persona cores, the astral fuel organizer, the mega TV, and probably take the one vitals monitor. I think we can leave the thrusters behind. I don't think I care about grabbing all the thrusters. You can dismantle it maybe. It's not even worth it. So this is okay. Take the extra shield though. No, take the thrusters. Okay. And then we'll just send that back over here, and then this time we will make sure we grab Ray, and then we can leave this alone. Perfect. All right. Anyways, tried sniper, but why does she shoot facing the other way? Should probably embrace mouse keyboard. You don't need mouse and keyboard. Trust me. Like, I have played all the classes using controller. Like, I only play Rabbit and Steel strictly on controller, and it's just a matter of learning how the quirks of the game. I know that sounds vaguely pretentious, which it might be, but I think given enough time, you will learn how to play the game and not suck. But it will take time. It will not be perfect. Also, I think Exonia is deserving of a new kit. So I forgot Exonia does need the weapon kit, so I will give Exonia the Shield Warrior loadout, which will give Exonia at least weapon choices. Also, I need to figure out a spot where to dump all the spare shirts. I have a lot of like random clothes that I've been meaning to kind of sort through. So we're gonna make 2 shelves over here, because they're kind of getting dumped in here, and I don't really want them dumped in there. And then we may or may not need to build some kind of way to automatically repair all of our stuff. Isn't that crazy? And also we'll need like another spot for extra backpacks, I guess, because I forgot that's a thing too. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, tomorrow we'll do Hoi 4. That'll be the last stream of the week, and then next week we'll do Star Sector. Again, sorry we can't do Star Sector this week. Very importanto things that are related, in fact, to current events for some unholy reason. I wish I could get into more detail, but it's like, oh, you know, if you understand, you understand type of deal. Put some lights in here too, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with this room. I might expand the entire pilot's room to cover this entire section as well. But I also want to expand the ship a little bit more so we can have a temple room and a bunch of other things in here, because there actually is a lot of space on this ship remaining, and we do need to start setting up like a turret wall on the exterior as well. So a lot of things to do. We do need to get back into space. I think we're mostly down here so we could farm for food, but I think we've gotten basically all of our food that we could possibly get on this tile, so we'll probably need to find another tile for food. Though up in space we do have a lot of rice now, so at least we can grow some meals, and we might try to automate some of this. I don't know how much food we have available to go up, but whatever it is, it's probably not nearly enough to survive up in space. So, because what, it's about 10 units of raw food per meal, so we're looking at what, another 150 meals with this colony. That'll be gone in a week. This colony eats through so much food, it's a little insane. God, I don't even know how we're feeding everyone. This entire colony is like such a disaster in terms of food. Also, Umi needs to stop going outside. Umi is gonna freeze to death with that hypothermia. Poor Umi does not have the clothes necessary to survive in these trying times. Also, I don't know if anyone pays attention to this, but hey, remember that game High Guard that I was talking about, and I played like a whole like 1 to 2 hours before I ultimately dropped it because I said this game kind of sucks? So apparently, I'm not the only one who's dropping it, because apparently their developer, publisher, is also dropping it. Highguard's dead. Yeah. They're just like, yeah, we're done. Highguard's dead. Goodbye, Gonzo. It's all over for Highguard. Which, I feel like this should not have been a surprise to literally anyone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a game called Highguard. It is, for lack of better words, it is essentially a 3v3 hero shooter, competitive hero shooter with like Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege elements. And if you're like that type of thing, you know, that's fine, but I don't. And so they're like, and then today they're like, yeah, it's it ain't happening anymore. I'll put pants in here too, which is a bit of a shame, I guess, if you like it. Hello there, Ladronis. Yes, you see like a lot of the cat girls. Yeah, they're hanging out here. Aren't they great? They're wonderful individuals. We're gonna go back into space in a bit. We were here to grab steel and... Okay, this man named Dragomir would like to join us. Is a bringer of joy and serenity whose abilities go beyond mere charisma. She lifts the spirits and inspires others by telling jokes and spreading blissful thoughts. She may be useful, but you also sense there is something she is not telling us. I guess we'll let her on the ship for now until I can figure out what to do with her. Hello, Dragomir. We're gonna quickly convert you from pigskin to human because I don't like looking at the pigskin anything. Okay, so she did come with NEKOGRADian gear. She's a night owl, quicksilver, fragile, color, void fascination, joyous. She has a special ability of what? I thought she had special abilities, but I guess not. Also, how are you doing, Immortal? Kind of cold today. What's the worst that could happen? It is cold. Look at this. It's negative 25 centigrade outside. It's a little chilly. They'll be fine. Had a euphemism where your main assault soldier walked away with 1 HP left. Is this the same one where your main assault soldier caused an explosion that shocked himself with his own EMP grenade and then he disappeared? I saw that image and I was like, this is unfortunate and incredibly tragic. Oh shoot, I forgot to hook the bot up. All right, here, do your votes now. There we go. Oh, that was a plasma nade. Oh, that's even worse. I'm so sorry. Actually just dead. Actually just dead. Yeah, we can survive in space. It's more like, do we have enough food to survive in space? That's like, oh shoot, Garm's being attacked here. Maybe we should get someone over there. You and you are fine. Let's get over there real fast. Let's save Garm from death. Okay, Garm does at least have a decent amount of armor. Okay, you just gotta punch this thing. You gotta fight. You're armored up, but it's not gonna keep you alive that long. Alright, Garm somehow punched a cougar to death, which is great. However, Garm may or may not have a mangled eye now and may or may not need a new one in the near future, so let's just get you tended to. And then I guess we'll just beat up this cougar. I wasn't paying attention, like, there's something happening and I didn't know idea what was going on. Alright, so Garm should be fine. You can all go back. And then I need to figure out why everyone's sad. Our own daughter's dead. dull, no recreation. Everyone is... You know what? I forgot. I've been kind of neglecting our colony recreation. Let's add some radios. Ooh, a long wave radio. Oh, this will cover the whole room. All right, well, we'll do that. Sometimes you need a little bit of jazz to kind of keep you going as you work. Put a little jazz machine right there. But no, we're not gonna commit cannibalism. I'm not one for committing such heinous acts of terror. We like to just chill and vibe and relax out here. Oh, that was a terror mission. Okay, got it. Are you still enjoying Xenonauts 2? I feel like one of these days maybe I'll play it whenever it becomes on sale, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Hi, Havel. How are you, comrade? Good evening. All right, I think we're going to... I want to expand the ship, but I don't think I have enough tiles to justify it yet. Also, yes, Sam dropped that weapon. We need more shelves, honestly. I need to dump more. I need to make more of these. I need more just like generic dump everything in here until I can figure out where to store it type deal. I am gonna hydrate, yes. I have a lot of water. Water is good for me. Water is very good. So with 128 tiles, I could probably expand even further up and we could just make this the giant central command room. Maybe if we do something like this, it's probably the shape that I would want. And then I would like to replace the grav ship engine with a grav hulk, but I don't have 5 grav cores, which is the biggest problem. I don't know where I'm gonna find 5 grav cores either. It's a very tall order. I don't know how many I have even. How many do I have? Yeah, I got 3 grav cores. The other option is if I dismantle a bunch of this stuff, maybe we could make cores out of them. That's usually the other option. Because usually a lot of these will break down into stuff. I need to figure out who's carrying what. And a lot of them are just carrying like random garbage that they don't really need. Like, for example, we have 8 Glitter World medicine for some... Where's all my Glitter World medicine? Glitter World. We must have used one by accident. Oh my goodness. I didn't want to use all the Glitter World medicine. Because I was supposed to use that one Glitter World medication in order to produce a NeuroCure framework, which we now cannot. You know what? Hold on. You know what? I don't know what happened to it. Here's my solution. I don't really want to think about this. Just have you pick this up real quick, and then I'm going to quickly go into your inventory and I'm going to magically give you one more Glitter World medicine. Okay, now you're at 8. Okay, there we go. Surprise! It never got used. Okay, I know it's a little cheaty. Don't think about it too much. Listen, I'm just trying to continue the plot. So now what I can do is I'm going to have you drop that, and then we're going to unallow it for the time being. I've always wondered, do people actually get annoyed if I like do this like mild amount of cheating in this game to kind of get the plot moving or get the things that I want done going? I've always like been wondering about that. I just realized I need to make sure we don't use all the hyperweave. Okay, so then now we have this. Now I'm going to order my best crafter, which is probably Exonia, to make me a NeuroCure framework, and this will allow Ray's brain to become normal again, I think. I actually have no idea how many injuries this cures. I'm gonna hope it cures enough. Okay, good. I'm glad that you don't mind, because some people do cheat a little bit in Rimworld, and that's fine, right? I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Not like all the time, but it's one of those things that like makes the game a little easier. By the way, we have our powered maces now, so we're gonna start swapping out people's maces for this really cool mace instead. So no more standard mace. It's time for powered maces. Wrong category here. Yes, why are we throwing things at me? What have I done? When something breaks or something isn't working, TBH. I mean, that's usually what I do too. So, you know, you're not alone in that. At least it's higher rates because you don't want to deal with them right now. I used to do that when I first started playing, where I didn't want to deal with it, and I'm like, you know what, just erase them. I don't want to deal with it. Just let me play the game without having to worry about it. I think that's perfectly reasonable, quite frankly. If you're, like, again, it's a single-player game. The only person... What's the saying? The only person you're cheating is yourself. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I trapped these people in here. The only person you're cheating in the end is yourself. There we go. All right, we're expanding. We're putting more room in the little section here. Because what I want to eventually do is I'd love to shove a... I would love to shove a pilot bridge in here, which you might have noticed is a little large. So at some point I will, but it requires a grav hulk, so that's the main reason we're not. We don't have the cores and whatnot. I could take this power cell apart and probably get me 1 core out of it, which is honestly probably not a bad idea. I might actually do that. I actually wouldn't mind doing that just so I can get that core back. That actually might not be the worst thing that I've done. So did you build your base? I mean, yeah, people like building their bases and they don't like being interrupted, so I get it. I think we have enough food, I think, to... Oh, jeez, that's not enough food. It's enough food for a little bit of time and space, and I think we should probably go up into space real quick just to kind of check on the base until we're ready to keep people up there permanently. So, off to Espache. How much astro fuel do I have? We have enough. Okay, it's fantastic. All right, up into space again. Don't. Okay, launch. Oh wait, I just realized I could probably just dismantle the. I could probably just dismantle the gravship engine and replace it with a core. I don't think the game cares. I think it just counts, right? So, yeah, if I were to do this, I would need to put a pilot bridge first. And then, oh, well, wait, yeah, and then this thing is made out of, so it would give me enough in return that I could then replace it, but then I need to make sure I have all the space around it. So, for example, this would shunt in here like a much smaller hallway, and then, yeah, it's gonna be a very tight design. All right, we can probably stay on the planet a little bit. I am kind of curious to see how big this giant Hulk thing is gonna be like. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna put down one of these bad boys here, and then I don't know. We'll find some way to fill in this area with little knickknacks to make it look pretty. And then that way we'll have a very cool and awesome looking abomination of a ship. The other thing, oh shoot, who's this? X-Layer has reached the age of 56 and now has a bad back. All right, well, you know what? Time comes for us all, I guess. Everyone gets older in the Rimworld. There's no escaping the inevitable. So let's see if this pans out the way I think it does. I think if I do this, this will... I do need to move these around. I don't know where to put this. This is kind of like my junk drawer. I don't have a spot to put this. Where do I even put this? There's a lot of like random stuff in here. Chronophagy. I don't actually do like chronophagy or any of those other weird mechanics. I know it's very popular, but I never found it really fun to do that type of stuff. But, you know, that's just me. Maybe I'm the strange one. Okay, so I'm going to just... You know what we need? We need a way to store all the silver and other bits and baubles, which is like a safe. Okay, so if we build a few safes, we can probably store all the silver and... Okay, let's deconstruct these shelves. We can probably put 2 safes here. One for gold, one for silver, and that'll probably look at least mildly nice. Get entire... Oh wait, by the way, did we make this yet? Oh, still made. You had an entire run based on returning a 90-year-old hunter back to her prime. That actually sounds kind of fun. Like a run where you have like an old person, you need to make them young again. Return their youth. Holds 6 stacks. This one holds 20. I'm gonna take the one that holds 20 stacks. There we go. I might actually move the comms terminal in here. It might look a little better. It might be less dumb looking. Okay, so yeah, this needs a grav engine. So... what I'm gonna do temporarily is I'm gonna... I don't know where to put this. I don't know where I want to put this. I don't want to put it here. If it gets put there, it's just gonna be there forever. I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna hide these shelves in like this far tiny corner here and hope no one asks questions. Before we made them a cyborg vampire. A cyborg vampire who steals their life force from other pawns. That actually sounds kind of neat. So an astrofuel optimizer, which will allow us to reduce the amount of astrofuel we consume, which is not a bad idea. I don't know where I'm going to put this, though, so... it just needs to go somewhere. Alright, come on. I need those shelves moved over. By the way, hey, look at all these cool cloaks we have. We just need to give people cloaks and they'll be ready for combat. Everyone gets a cloak. Everyone who deserves a cloak gets a cloak. Anyone who's old enough to wear a cloak should probably get a cloak. So maybe we should give Xanth a cloak. It's a hyperweave armor cloak. She stole life force and she stole blood, and then she stole genes. It was great. Okay, so she's basically stealing everything. So it's not so much a cyborg vampire as it is a cyborg vampire thief who just steals everything. Move this over here, please, and then move the other one. Oh, look at how awful that looks. But on the other hand, gun links. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Who can use a gun link? I'm gonna give that gun link to Comrade. Let's give it to. I don't know. We'll figure out who wants it in a second. Every time I look at that hype shock emote, it's so funny. I don't know why that squirrel one. It's just so good. I love it. Okay, so we have a lot of actual medicine and nutrimine, so I think we should actually make actual medicine now. We're just gonna do this forever. Oh, it has to be made with cloth. Okay. Well, thankfully we're growing cloth again, so that's fine. Okay, and then we're gonna quickly redesign this entire area because I am a degenerate who needs to keep redesigning things, and I cannot be happy with having a very simple design. So we're gonna move this over there, move this over here. And then this heating thing needs to go here. This one also needs to go over here. And then we need to reroute the entire oxygen system over here, like this. Rather just make sure it's all ready to go. She needed it, you swear? I don't know. It's not sounding like she needed it. I have simple design when it can be pretty. I like... Okay, so I will say, like, whenever I play Rimworld, I definitely focus primarily on aesthetics, rather than necessarily focusing on optimization. Like, technically, the optimal design of a starship or a grav ship in Rimworld does not have hallways. But me, personally, I like having hallways in Rimworld, which is why there are Rimworld hallways. Like, there's a lot of hallways here. It's not efficient at all. Like, this is actually incredibly inefficient. And I don't even do mega bases most of the time, too. Like, as you're mentioning, I primarily focus on designs that are like... I'm gonna have these two share. Just to make sure they're holding the same thing. So silver, and then gold, and what's the other one called? Jade. And then I need to make sure these are critical, probably, because these are the ones that need the most build up. Oops, that's fine. Important, and then critical. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, so like even when I'm doing long-term bases, I prefer to do more, you know, like a design where it's like a mega town or a city design, village design, rather than here's everything in one, like here's everything in one gigantic mega base. I think a mega base has its place, but I just personally don't like doing mega bases most of the time. But I've always been also the opinion, do whatever makes you happy. If a mega base is something you vibe with, then embrace it. Oh, we are definitely need to go. We need to fly to another tile and get food. We can't go back into space yet. I just don't think we have enough food. Colony eats so much food. Hold on, I'm gonna take the person that joined us, Dragomir. I might send them off to the void. Since we don't have anyone in the queue, right? No one's in the name queue? Perfect. Alright, so Dragomir, we're gonna send you far, far away. Alright, so we're just gonna go zoom in, form a caravan, and then go to our little outpost over here. Send only Dragomir, bring nothing along. But she's gonna magically teleport over there, because I really don't care. And then, whoa, it's crazy how she magically... Hold on. Isn't there a way to make her, like, teleport instantly? Am I crazy? Oh, teleport destination, okay. There we go, and then... look at that, and then she's in there now, perfect, excellent. What's this thing called aesthetics? It's where you pretend like you know how to design things and you make your game look pretty. Okay, I prefer to make things look at least somewhat pretty. Oh my god, I just suddenly remembered this, by the way. Hey, remember how I was talking about The Sims the other day? right? You remember that game, The Sims 4, and how they're never gonna make a Sims 5? Hey, so who remembers when Bethesda tried to make that paid mod store for Skyrim? Does anyone remember that happening like a while ago? A thing that was an actual thing that happened? Okay, so anyways, EA is doing the same exact thing with The Sims 4, where modders can can upload their content to this, I guess, website or like their paid shop, and they can now make you, and then you can buy paid mod content. Hello there. Shaitan no Allah. You already imagined that you'd hear a beautiful female voice and not this. Well, I'm sorry, mate. What? This is like... Okay. You're free to have your own opinion, mate. I've been streaming like this for basically 5 years. Everyone knows this at this point. It's a running thing. But anyways, it's not gonna work out too well for, I think, EA. Actually, the rates are really bad. I'm trying to remember what the rates were when Bethesda did their Skyrim mod store. And... Sorry, I'm like sniffling, and I can't remember what it was. But for the EA Sims 4 one, they're asking 70% of the earnings goes to EA. Okay, so the way it works is you buy a currency called Moolah, right? Give me 1 second. Yeah, so they add a currency called Moolah, and it's a ridiculous pricing. It's like $2.25 for $2. And for whatever reason, they're like, hey, yo, you only get 70% if you buy. So let's say you put a chair on this whatever mod item store, okay? And then they're gonna charge you, you're charging like $1 for it, or 100 moolah. And then, so for every $1 that someone spends, essentially, you get 30 cents. Like, I don't see how this is supposed to work. It's like basically microtransactioning Sims mods. And realistically, I don't think many people are going to be using it, because a lot of modders already just have Patreons, where it's like, hey, you want our stuff, just go on Patreon. So I expect that to kind of be what's most likely going to be used, rather than all this other nonsense. But at this point, who knows? It's anyone's guess as to what they might be trying out. All right, now that it's actually moved out, I can do this. Dismantle this. This. We're gonna move this out of here. And then this one needs to be deconstructed. I hope this works. I'm going to save the game before I forget. Not breaking TOS paid mods. No, but this is... It's probably a TOS for each individual game. But you have to remember, this is EA. They can do whatever they want. It's their own property. And they decide, okay, well, we want more money, so we're going to demand that people make their mods. Patreon... If you're talking about the Patreon mods thing, I believe the rule for Sims 4 specifically is that you can have paid mods, but it has to eventually become free. Like, it cannot permanently be it cannot permanently be content that is restricted to Patreon, if that makes sense. That's typically, I think that's what they said, like, is their requirement, which I think is fairly reasonable. I think most people don't really want, like, hey, we have a game, you could make money off of it, but, you know, you're putting in a lot of hard work, but it can't be permanently locked behind a paywall. So I think usually what most people do, at least the higher end simmers, is that they will have content, put it behind a paywall for like 30 days, and then it becomes public. But I also am aware that they don't actually enforce that rule very much. So you often end up in situations where it's like, they say you have to do one thing, but in reality, another thing is what typically happens. Right? It's like, just because they say you have to doesn't mean it's what's going to happen. Also, I thought I had enough panels, and now I'm trying to figure out where my remaining grav panels are. Oh, also, this chair needs to go up here. I should have enough parts for this, don't I? I have to dismantle another engine. I'll rip apart another engine. Steve's having a tantrum for some reason because his daughter died. That's fine, I guess. We'll repair it. As long as it doesn't destroy it permanently, I don't really care. Let him have his little tantrum. Okay, I do want to go back into space, though, but we gotta build this out. I had 200 panels. Do I really not? One engine? Or power cell? What is this stupid thing called? Oh, it's in here. Okay, so I need to take these. Take this one, take this one. We're gonna dismantle this one. There we go. Oh god, they're breaking the lights. That's fine, I guess. So, yeah. It's very strange, because I remember when they did the whole... When Bethesda did the whole thing with paid mods in Skyrim, basically, it had such massive backlash. Honestly, I fully expect this to have a metric ton of backlash, too, and they'll be like, alright, JK, Lamau, we're not doing this anymore because enough people said they don't like it. So, at least that's the hope. That's the hope that they're just gonna be like, alright, you're right, community, we've made a mistake, we're not gonna do it. So, yeah, oh shit, we're getting attacked. Manhunter pack of... I'm sorry, how many... Oh my god! Anyways, we're being attacked by 56 Arctic wolves. Alright. Let's get everyone inside. Thing is, I don't... Okay, hold on. I need to actually get people out here ready to fight, because I wasn't ready for 56 Arctic wolves to come knocking on my doorstep, so... Yeah, we'll try to do what we can. Okay. Let's switch to buckshot real quick on all of our shotgunners. Basically, everyone with a gun has to come out here, and hopefully that we can... Everyone with a melee weapon is gonna have to try to hold the line while everyone else tries to gun down this rabid horde. I don't know if we can do this fast enough, but we'll try. You go over here, you go over here, you switch to bucks, you switch over here, switch to bucks. Stand over here. Okay, you're gonna stand back here, move up. Okay. We're already approaching very quickly. Okay, Xanth is over here holding the line. I'm gonna see if I can get Steve over there. Hal's gonna stand back here. As long as I essentially can have one or two people... Okay, maybe I need to run inside. Becoming a lot more numerous than I had anticipated. Okay, hold the line here. As long as they don't approach too much. Okay, Infidave's getting mauled. Okay, you focus fire that one, and then you focus fire that one. Xanth is trying to hold the line. Okay. Havel's gunning them down. So far, so good. Okay, so then we can pivot over here. Alright. Okay. Despite everything, we managed to survive without too much problems. There's like one left. Actually, wait, this solves a lot of our food problems, unironically. I can't believe this solved a lot of our food problems. So that's fine. Let's kill these real quick. Zongo, can you go ban that fellow? Thank you. Alright, let's undraft everyone. Not too bad. I'd say that went pretty well. Let's see. Okay, so the main important part is that this provides us a metric ton of food that we can consume for the next couple in-game days. We'll just try to butcher them, and that should be fine. I think that'll be fine. Okay, well, here we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so how much food is that? It's gonna be a lot of food. I'm always surprised, like, okay, I'm always surprised at how many people are shocked by the concept of a Bobby Niku VTuber. I get it's a little strange, but it's like, you've been on the internet for so long, basically there's a lot of people that are gonna be behind a female avatar regardless of their gender. Who cares? But whatever. Doesn't really bother me if people get annoyed about it. I don't know. Like, I think if someone comes in here and just has a genuine curiosity, I don't mind discussing about it and explaining it, right? I think most people would be the same way. They'd be like, oh, okay, that's interesting, or maybe that's strange, but whatever. But if you're gonna be rude about it, that's the big no-no. That's the, okay, you gotta cease and desist. Yeah, I think a lot of people are the same way. Like, they get weirded out for a bit, and then they get used to it, and then they're just like, alright, whatever. There's a lot of other VTubers like this, and I think the main thing is there's a lot of VTubers who do this, like what I do, but they are usually like, say, behind a voice changer is like another very popular thing I've seen. And I think when I first started VTubing, I did consider trying that out, but I was like, nah, it's fine. And so that's why I'm very much okay with just, you know, okay, hold on. Can I haul these around? Okay, also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a zone here. Make this clear. All corpses is fine that are rotting, so that's okay. And then we're gonna make this one critical for rotting corpses. That's fine. Oh, I don't know. I timed them out, I guess, permanently, so we'll see how that pans out. I don't know. I fully expect to maybe see some colorful messages on on YouTube at some point. Imagine a bald. There's a bunch of balding VTubers, and there's a lot of male VTubers, quite frankly. Like, I could have gone with a normal male Ikemen VTuber, and that's perfectly fine too. But I decided, I like this design, and so that's why I chose to go with it on a more permanent basis. It's like how the model looks when you're looking to male models cost than the one you got. Male, here's the thing. There's not a lot of people that can draw a good male VTuber model design. And the unfortunate reality is a lot of them are going to look samey. Is Northern Lion count? Yeah, Northern Lion is a VTuber. He's actually a flesh puppet. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, he's actually a VTuber puppeting a flesh body, like a mecha. It's very strange, but that's how he operates. Androgynous male because you picked Oka's guy anyways. I mean, to be fair, I am a guy in real life. But no, it is a female model. That's just kind of... Have you seen all the art that I've... on the art thingy? So, yeah, exactly. Northern Lion is armored core. This is gonna take forever to build, by the way. This thing takes 800 units of work to finish. Alright, there's our security door, which is really cool. We can just hold that one open. We'll hold this one open too when it's finished. Almost male designs just seem to look like... seem like the same, like design being able to easily get new stuff when you want. Exactly. Like, here's the thing too. Male VTuber designs basically fall into like one of two categories. I think male VTuber designs kind of come in like one of two flavors. You either have like the really hot Ikemen aesthetic, right? Where it's just like, okay, it's a hot dude. Basically like every Niji-sanji male VTuber. And then you have the ones that just go full uncle vibe. Like, they're kind of larger, burlier, they probably wear sweaters of some kind, and then they're like broad shoulders aesthetic. That's kind of what the other vibe I've seen. So it's kind of like choose your flavor of what kind of male VTuber do you want to watch. So it's at least... Oh shoot, I forgot everyone needs to be unrestricted except for Umi. Umi needs to stay inside. AC don't know how I was right. Well, we were talking about VTubers, and I think the concept of Northern Lion, the VTuber, came up, and we're like, yeah, that's a VTuber who definitely does things. He's not a real VTuber. He's very much a he's a standard. He's a regular tuber, if that makes sense. Not a cat girl. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no cat girls here. There is no cat girl in here. I need to drink my water. I'm like super thirsty. So yeah, I do think it's interesting. Like if you're wanting to be a male VTuber, those are kind of your choices. It leaves a lot to be desired if you want to be like any other type of male VTuber, but that's really the main ones that people draw. Right? Those are the ones that people draw, and not only that, they do get very. I think when you do. If you debut as a male VTuber, one of the unfortunate things is a lot of you need to... Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot. There's the third option. There's the romance option, the your dad or uncle, and then the femboy. That's right. Those are the three choices. I completely forgot about the femboy route. You could be the femboy route. That is an option. That is a choice. Himbo, dad, furry, uncle, or femboy. Those are your choices. I guess there's a lot more variety to male VTubers than I had initially pegged, but again, it's your choice what kind of VTuber you want to consume, what VTuber content you want to consume. And if you want to consume that type of VTuber content, more power to you. I'm not here to judge. I think it's nice that at least there's a lot of male VTuber options if you want to be a male VTuber, but I will say no matter what you do, if you're a male VTuber, you are fighting an uphill battle. There's also the Babiniku route, which is what I do. But being a male VTuber, you are fighting an uphill battle. Okay. The unfortunate reality is that just the main audience for VTubers is gonna be... Oh wait, we had no hope, some hope, and now this is called full hope. There we go. Welcome to the full hope. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. You might have noticed we're killing a lot of, or butchering a lot of Arctic wolves, so we have food. We're gonna go into space soon, because I need to go farm more materials up there, so get ready for a nice quick jaunt up into space. We have our brand new Grav Hulk engine. It's very big and delicious. And I think we're ready to go back into space and continue exploring the stars. So, yeah, well, let's go up there. I think I did everything right, I hope. We'll see. It just means breezy. It's quite breezy. Alright, let's go into space. Let's go back up to Mir. Excellent. Oh, don't worry, we'll find a way to make this look prettier. It's just way more bigger than I had anticipated. Like, this thing is actually... It's 5 by 5. And I don't know why. I guess the main benefit is that it outputs a ton of electricity, so if you need a lot of power, it gives you power. But anyways, yeah, we were talking about VTubers because we had someone make some colorful comments about me as a VTuber on the Red chat. So, yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot of choices for being VTubers now, but again, you're a male VTuber, you're fighting an uphill battle. It's just really tough if you want to accomplish... Like, if you want to be a really big male VTuber, you need to have some other kind of trait that people will want to watch. And I think you either have to be like the dad vibe one, or you have to be like the bottom vibe male VTuber. Like, basically, are you gonna be Porcelain Maid or are you gonna be Merryweather? Those are your choices, realistically, if you want to be super popular. Especially Merryweather. Oh my gosh, that guy is so popular in China. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Oh, I have not seen his new model. Doesn't he have like a male model now or something? I saw something about it and I was like, oh, let me take a look at this. Porcelain Maid male model. Let's see. I know he's got like a male model. I haven't actually seen the seen it. I'm trying to find it on his Twitter. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I see. Interesting. You're still disturbed when someone asks you about Merryweather. He's just really popular in China for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's hilarious. I don't know, he appeals to a certain demographic. Very soft-spoken, very gentle vibes. I guess that's like a thing that people really want. And he's tall, European man. Speaking of, let's see. What was the other things? You wouldn't say that you're having too much of an issue being a male VTuber, but you're also incredibly small, don't think about your audience size. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Like, a lot of people just stream for fun, where they don't care about audience size. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ultimately, though, like, I would like to eventually reach partner on Twitch, and I would call that, if I can reach that at some point, I would call myself a success. But I'm also well aware that the chances of that happening are incredibly slim to none. And so... Oh, shoot. Oh my god. I forgot that stupid meteor is in the way, so now I need to put another thing here. It's annoying. You know it in his comics. Wait, why do you don't like his comics? Did his comics do something to you? Hold on, we gotta make sure everyone's on the... Okay, so these people are allowed outside. Make sure there's the ones that have vac suits on. Yes, okay, and then I need to make sure that this is now corrected because the ship interior, I believe, got shifted one tile over. Yeah, unfortunately this got shifted over one tile, which is really annoying. Because I think what I have to do is I need to make sure this exterior is not a valid tile, or else it's going to want to complain and pawns are going to try walking outside. So just to minimize that impact, we'll do this, and then this area here needs to also be expanded to shift interior. And then these people need to not stand there, or they're gonna get, these guys are gonna get vacuumed. Let's get inside, thank you very much. Okay, and then we're gonna lock these doors, and then let's go dig out the silver ore. And now anyone who can go out here will be able to rip through the food. We have Glitterworld Elysium, rice, and oxylage, and we can now finally feed that into our oxygen machines, and we'll have oxygen here, and we'll try to build out the rest of our space station. It's been a while, but at least we've gotten this running, and we've also got our thing operating too, although we'll need to find a way to get this prepared. We need bigger batteries. Used to read them before a lot of them were written the same, kind of annoyed. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a fair criticism, but at the same time, you can always just read something else. Nice to jump with despawn to watch anime. All right, enjoy Big Sword Boy. Hope you find fun things to watch. I haven't watched anime in so long. Every time I try to sit down and watch anime, I'm just like, I don't want to watch any of this. And there's just not much anime that like interests me as of late, which is a bit of a shame. I'd like to watch more anime, but I barely have time to do other things as it is. I'm gonna add one platform here. I'm gonna do that soon. There we go. At least she's getting entertained, because I think she's just listening to the music, and as long as you're sitting in this room, they'll be fine. Just thought he's a VTuber as well. That's it. Yeah, I mean he's a fairly popular VTuber is the gist of it. He's probably like one of the most popular male indie VTubers out there, if not the most popular one. At least in the Western VTuber sphere, he's incredibly popular. I'm sure in the East there's a lot of other male VTubers that are incredibly popular with huge fan bases, but I am not at all plugged in with those VTubers. Right? Like I only know, like, I'm not gonna lie, my sphere of VTubers that I know is very, very limited. You're just trying to watch some more anime on your weekends. Recently finished G Gundam, working through free run now. I don't know if I'm gonna watch free run, primarily because I just kind of read the manga, and that was fine for me. Although the music in the scenes that I've seen in the anime are pretty fantastic, and I love it when a TV show or an anime has a wonderful soundtrack, to the point where I actually have downloaded multiple soundtracks before, just because, and I actually bought CDs for some of them because I fell in love with the soundtrack. Yuki, Yuna, and Madoka are like the biggest examples that I can come up with the early Oak stream. This is not an early stream. This is the new stream time, Xanth. Try again. Yeah, we start at this time now. You'll be fine. Just accept the fact that your stream is now earlier than you remember. Okay. That's all there is to it. Why? Did you, were you planning on watching? At the time that I normally stream? Is that what were you up to? You'll be fine. Yeah, we're basically what it is we're doing an hour earlier start time because I think people are more, they like it more, so yeah. By the way, look at how beautiful this is. It's working. Our little colony. Okay, so now that we have the Elysium trimmings, I actually need to do something with this, and that's turn it into Glitterworld Nutramine. So every 10. Okay, so here we go. Do this forever. So you can make one Nutramine out of one. So that means I have at least 20 here, and then with that Glitterworld Nutramine, I can then convert that into Glitterworld Medicine or Luciferium, which is also important. Also, I have a thing now, so I'm gonna. Where's Ray? Oh my god, I forgot her lung is decaying. All right, we gotta print a new lung. Do I have any spare lungs sitting around? Hold on, I might. I don't. Okay, so I can either make a synthetic lung, or I might be able to make a bionic lung. Just kidding, you can't make bionic lungs. Okay, so we can make a synthetic lung. which is better than a biological lung in every conceivable way. That seems a little busted, but all right. No worries, Anthony. You'll get used to the new time schedule. I think it's just better overall. I mentioned it yesterday, but the main reason we're starting earlier is so that Ray can actually get, you know, sleep. Because she's been staying up so that she can watch the stream. But ultimately, I don't think that's very healthy for her in the long term. Because she's up, like, a lot. And she's an hour ahead of me, so I need to make sure that she's functioning as a human being. If at all possible. Okay, can we feed this in there? Refuel this now that we have the... I want to see how this works. Okay, so now this makes oxygen. Oh my gosh, that is not enough oxygen. Oh shoot, you're gonna need a lot. You need an entire, like, field of oxygen plants just to fill this completely up with oxygen. That's way more than I had anticipated. Okay. Can I have you dismantle this real quick? All this real fast. Get rid of these fortified walls for me. Thank you. This one too. And just dismantle all this so I can have some space here. Great. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, science fiction. As long as it functions and it does exactly what it says on the tin, I'm not gonna care. If it makes sure that Ray can have a proper functioning lung, that's all I care about. Also, Umi is growth tier 7, which is insane. So that means Umi gets 2 passions. And Umi will age up very soon. So yeah, 2 passions and 1 trait. So the question is, what are we going to do for Umi? What kind of person is Umi going to become in our wonderful little colony? Also need to add more bedrooms. We're not going to be up here forever. We're just going to be here until we can get some work done. All right, here we go. So Umi gets 1 passion. And also gets 1 trait. This doesn't... 2 of these are useless. Oh my god, chronically ill. So we're gonna take Fast Walker. And then 2 skills to be passionate about. Okay, is there a reason why Umi will not do intelligence work? Oh, wait. Composed, stiff, tough. Okay, because she's just too young. Okay. So why don't we give Umi a specialty in intelligence and construction? I think is fine. A builder, but a very smart builder. One who knows how to use a ruler and a square, as God intended. And so that's fine. Okay, so we should be able to build this out soon, and then we can finally fix the vacuum issue. Because there's still a bunch of like, if we just don't produce enough... Oh, I know why. Hold on. Here's the issue. I forgot that because we had to shift the ship slightly to the left, we actually don't have oxygen running in. See, the pipe broke just right there. So once we fix that, then all this will be fine oxygen-wise, and there won't be any more problems. What else do we need to do while we're up here? I don't think we're filling those in. We got the silver, which I do need to haul. And we'll get all that set up soon enough. We'll have Comrade Anya build this out. There we go. I'm still surprised about how much of an issue this is for people. On an unrelated note, I want to talk about Highguard a little bit more because I think it's just so funny that that game died. Here is my non-professional gaming opinion. I think Highguard would have had a chance if it didn't debut at the Game Awards. I think debuting at the Game Awards was probably like one of the worst things that could have happened to them, because you saw what like as soon as it went on that screen on stage, everyone just started like, what is this, and booing it, because it's another hero shooter in the year 2026 in an already oversaturated market of hero shooters. And not only was it a hero shooter, it's not a casual hero shooter, it's a competitive hero shooter. It's a game where you have to sweat to live. You have to sweat so hard if you want to be even mildly successful at that game. Like, I'm not even surprised in any way whatsoever, like, why that game ultimately crashed and burned. Like, if you ever look at a player count thing for that game, like Steam charts, it basically had like what, like 97,000 players on launch on Steam, and then it just cratered to 300 like last week. Well, it cratered like early on its launch period, but it fell to as low as 300. And I'm like, this should have been expected by just about everyone. Like, there was no way this game was gonna be any modicum of successful in what they were trying to do. And it's a little unfortunate because I think there was potential if they just did everything differently. Does that make sense? Like, my biggest complaint is that if you're making like most games, you need a casual audience to kind of, you know, make people be willing to sit down and play your stupid game, right? And they didn't do, they're catering to a competitive crowd. Hello there, Xylus. Welcome, comrade. Thanks for the follow. And I mean, Guild Wars 1 is still running, but here's the thing. An MMO is one of those things where if you invest in an MMO, you're going to basically be invested for it for a very, very long time. To the point where it's like you basically don't want to switch games. Final Fantasy XI is still ongoing, despite the fact that that game is what came out in the PS2 era, and the mechanics are very, very old and dated compared to 14. But people love it because it's what they have spent a lot of their time. They basically formed friendships, if not relationships, in those games, and it's very hard to get yourself away from that shared space of community, right? And they still run a subscription model. 11 still makes money, so they're gonna keep going, and they still add content updates, surprisingly, despite... When did 11 come out? FF11 came out in 2002. This game can drink now. This game came out when I was 7. That's insane. I remember reading somewhere that they were trying to do a Final Fantasy XI like remaster, essentially, for mobile phones, because they wanted, like, I guess, a new generation of people to play Final Fantasy XI, but they couldn't. I think the project ultimately died, and so they were not able to do so, which is, I think, a little unfortunate. I never played Final Fantasy XI myself, but I've always wanted to. But I'm also not willing to try and figure out how to install the stupid thing, because apparently it's really, really annoying to install and register to play the game. And plus, I already have Final Fantasy 14. I don't need 11. I think I'm happy with the other games I already have. But it is kind of interesting to think about, like, what if? Also, did we make that lung yet? Okay, so we're gonna do a bunch of surgeries on Ray. Alright, time for Ray to get a... Okay, so we can only remove one of these permanent brain injuries, which is really annoying. They're both the same efficiency, so we'll remove this one, and then we'll install a synthetic lung to replace her left lung. And because I keep forgetting this, we're gonna remove her porcupine quill that's been stabbing her torso for an unholy amount of time. Okay, so basically Ray's got 3 surgeries lined up. Let's get her into a bed. Let's get our best doctor on board. Since Alana's not having any more problems. Okay, so just gonna go here. Operate on Ray. Let's get this done. Hello from Germany to all Rimworld fanatics. Welcome, comrade from Germany. I hope you enjoy your time here, yeah? We actually have a decent amount of Germans sometimes show up. How are you doing? Just give her master straight, not a good move. No. I'm gonna get rid of this pain for Ray. Okay. So we got rid of one brain injury, but I guess we can't get rid of the other without giving, without another neurocure framework. But I can't afford that because I don't have enough Glitter World medicine. So the only way to do this is if we... Okay, so let me think. So you need one... Oh gosh, you need 2 medicine. Oh geez, how much medicine am I sitting on? 85. How much Glitter World? Glitter World Elysium. Nutramine. Did we not make the Nutramine? Nutro... Oh, I didn't spell Nutramine correctly. Glitter World. Okay, Elysium... Okay, so we didn't... Okay, I see what's going on. So we need to grab these Elysium trimmings before they spoil. And then I'm going to turn into Glitter World Nutramine, and then we can turn that into Glitter World Medicine. So basically, we have the flow to make as much medicine as we need now. So if anything, we're in a good position. Now we just need to expand our grow-op, like, significantly, and then we'll be fine. So what I'm probably gonna do is take this section here and we're gonna expand this a lot. Because we need a lot of crops. If anything, I'd actually like to automate it if possible with maybe a, one of these things allows us to automatically craft it. Maybe we won't do that. Maybe that's a little too much for this run, but it is something that I'm considering. I'm expecting this run will probably be done with it within, I'd say no later than the end of the month we'll switch to the new run, because I think I'm pretty happy with the fact that we have a functioning space station. It's just not self-sufficient yet. We just need to make it a self-sufficient space station that can operate without us having to be there to operate everything all the time. Yeah. Everything is fine with me, I would say. I'm doing pretty good. Welcome aboard to our little CATGIRL space station themed colony where we're slowly expanding our colony, is the best way to describe it. You might notice that we've got things like, why is this? Oh shoot, it's really cold in the ship, isn't it? I don't know, we'll try to, I'm gonna try to build as much as we can, but I think people do want to see another run at some point. Yes, Xanth, how can I help you? What is it that you need? $1,500. Do I need another pump? Maybe I need another pump. I'll put another pump here. Yeah, you're not gonna do any of that in here. You have to remember we're in space here, buddy. Let's see. I'm gonna put in. I need a light. Is there any like cool techie looking lights that I have access to? Floodlights are a little much. Oh, we could do floor lamps. Ooh. Probably not. I think we'll just standard wall lights is fine. Advanced wall lamps. Okay. I don't know what the difference. What's the difference between these two? Wall lamps are. I guess you can change the light color on these, is what I'm understanding. We'll just do this one. This one's fine. I'm a big fan of these. 2, 2, 2. I'm not doing any math. We're just going off vibes. Was there a centric lights? Did I miss those? Well, yeah, they're ceiling lamps, but they're not what I'm looking for. Like, the chandeliers are nice, but not what I'm looking for this. We will have to go back onto the surface at some point in the near future so we can continue to expand, but it's not immediate. All right, that looks all right. Yeah. Get some lights in there so that they're not walking through the dark, and then maybe we'll put some proper flooring. What do we have for floor? What kind of floor would be appropriate for a space station? Let's see here. We could do orbital platform. Oh, you can't. Okay. Let's see. Snag out of the hallway. I'm gonna haul that out too, but I also want to figure out what floor I'm gonna put on here. Sterile tiles would probably be the most aesthetic option, but steel tiles are cheap. Vaxstone tiles. The main thing is I use the Vaxstone for other things, which is the reason I'm not using Vaxstone, because we're using Vaxstone to make more Gravlight panels. So that's the only reason I haven't done that yet. Are they actually -1 beauty for steel tiles? Or, let's see. We could do poured reinforced concrete, which is what we have all over the ship. Oh, they're -1 beauty. Okay, got it. This is probably a feasible option. Need to make sure we have more concrete next time. Yeah, we don't have enough. And I'd rather not use the, I'm better off using the terrain expansion off the asteroid. It's too late. I don't have Rimfeller installed for this run. No, we don't have Rimfeller. I'm thinking we could just do concrete. Oh wait, we can also stripe tiles here to make this look kind of nice too. But I would like to do poured reinforced or poured concrete. Probably looks the best. But we don't have enough. We'll need to get more materials. Because poured concrete is made out of steel and stone chunks, and I don't want to use the vac stone chunks for this purpose. I need the vac stone chunks for a literally different purpose. So in the interest of not using all that up, maybe we'll come back and then we'll put the poured concrete all over here. It'll look a little sterile, but I think the sterile look is fine. Possibly raided in space. I believe you can, mostly by mechanoids. I don't know if the other factions are able to raid you in space. Enjoy the smooth stone on stations like this. I don't have smooth stone, unfortunately, so we're working what we got. Oh shoot, we don't have a spot to store that, that's fine. As long as they can turn that vac stone into actual usable materials, that's all I care about. May need to actually store some in here too. Vac stone chunks. Go in here too. There we go. We have not really encountered space pirates, surprisingly, and we don't really encounter that many mechanoids, because I usually just run away. Actually, while we're here, we should probably start setting up a security system. A few security turrets here to just protect us. Not the worst idea. Maybe something like, you can dig out like this. That might be fine. It'll look kind of nice. God, can you just... You're already here. Can you just build it? Thank you. Okay, so the main thing is we are not going to produce enough oxygen here. Like, this amount of oxylage plants is not enough, and over here I don't want to grow this. Oh, actually, wait a second. I forgot. These are not the advanced ones. These are the generic, the less cool ones. Swap these out for... The root's fine. Okay, the idea of a bunch of tribal pawns coming out into space to stab you is really funny to me. Like, how did they even get into space in the first place? I guess they hopped a ride on some kind of... What do you call it? On like a drop pod, and it somehow ended up not dropping onto the planet, it dropped up into space. That's the timeline that I'm imagining. Also, I am ripping through all of our stuff here. Maybe I should have made the smaller one. This one's actually a little too big. But it's better to build big than build small. A meteor full of steel's arrived. I guess we can dig that up too. I like steel. We do need to expand this a little bit more as well, so we can add more growing, like crop fields. But again, the biggest issue is the lack of oxygen. 1.5 days of oxygen is not enough. Okay, we have recon armor. So 2 choices. We can either try to go into automation of our oxygen setup, or we could just try to build out into... Let's see here. I don't think we need that. I think I'd rather have the combat undersuits. Okay. What I need to do is set up a way to hook this up here. So when the ship lands, I want it to be able to just kind of immediately hook up into the, you know what I mean? Like hook into the, like a sealed hallway, essentially. I think that's the ideal. I would like a sealed hallway that pawns can walk from here to here without any issue. The main problem is getting that set up, which is a little difficult, so maybe the best way to do this is we do need to set up the orbital platform a little bit more, and then eventually we'll build a bigger orbital platform later. But this might be what we have to do for now. I think it'll look a little ugly, but it's fine, I think. We do need to keep a few people up here with steel, but there's not a lot of steel to work with in the first place. Yeah. Constantly running out of steel does suck. Actually, I can send another person out there. Who wants to go work out here? Garm's already got it. Funbound. All right. Comrade Funbound has the ability to build things, so congratulations to Comrade Funbound for getting one of those new vac suits on. All right, and then this will allow me to send Funbound out into the void. If there's work to be done, at least someone else can work. The other thing I need to do is we have access to eccentric production facilities. The main problem is that they're big. I don't really have room to put any of these here, which is actually kind of a problem if I want to use these things. And I would need to put 2 of them, because there's the nano fab and the nano assembler if we want to make the undersuits. which would be nice. Although I'm thinking it might be not feasible just because we don't have space for it. We'll have to try something out. At this point, we can kind of kill almost anything that comes our way. It's just a matter of, well, setting up everything else. We probably do need to go to the surface, though, to kind of prep all of our other little random projects. The other thing we need to grab is all this plasteel. There's a lot of plasteel here. I don't want to leave that alone. All right, I do need to use the restroom, so let me just let you gawk at the ship and all this other projects we have going on here. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. What was I talking about before I had to temporarily disappear for something? I can't remember what it was. Probably something about Rimworld related or something gaming related. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at our beautiful hallway. It's actually lit up now. See, this is kind of the part about making a space station that's nice. Although, honestly, probably designing a space station would have been easier if I had started with a blank slate instead of trying to retrofit this pre-made building that we found. I think, at least that's my honest opinion. I think it probably would have been way easier than doing this. But at the same time, it's not a big deal to have to design something like this. It's just more effort, I guess, trying to retrofit everything. Is it possible to build multiple graph ships? No. My understanding is that you generally can't build multiple graph ships no matter what. I believe it's like some kind of hard-coded limit, although someone who's maybe more knowledgeable in Rimworld modding could clarify, but that's my understanding. Let me actually double check graph ship expanded, but I'm pretty sure you can't build a second one. I think if you try, the game will actually yell at you. Yes, here you go. At the top left, it says you cannot build a grav ship engine if you already have another grav ship engine. You're only allowed one. Which, fair enough. Honestly, I'm probably not going to run grav ship expanded in the future. It's kind of cute in the amount of stuff that it adds, but good god, it definitely made the early game a lot more grindy than it needed to be. So it's very likely we're just going to drop it from now on. But it was kind of fun to try it out because we don't do grav ship runs too often, although I think it's probably the third one we've done. I think it's actually the third grav ship run we've done. I definitely need to start going back to the roots of Rimworld and just staying on the ground. Yeah, right, it definitely adds a lot of stuff you have to do. And you uninstall grav ship engines on the same tile. Oh. So like if you have them on multiple tiles, like they're never sharing the same tile at any given time, then it's okay? Something like that is what I'm understanding. We need more miners. We just don't have enough people that can mine things, which is really annoying. I guess Sweet Child, who joined us, is probably going to be a miner. Yeah, let's make Sweet Child a miner. We'll need... We need more vac suit helmets. We do not have enough. Okay, so I need more vac suit helms. Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna order more vac suits and more NEKOGRAD vac suit helmets, and that should be fine. You want to actually worry about whether your mod pack already dealing with the DMS mods. Oh, you're playing with the Dead Man Switch content. Ah, yes. DMS. I don't mind DMS, but it is definitely a little wacky in terms of what it does. It ain't for everyone, that's for sure. Hi, Ranu, how are you? Everything people say about Terra Invictus Endgame is true. What do you mean it's true? Elaborate for us. Put together a fleet of graphics with the code might be wonky. I just need to check something real quick. It's a lot of waiting, a lot of grinding, and just generally isn't much fun. Oh, I mean, to be fair, you're playing a game that's made by the Long War people. I don't know what else you expected. Long War already was grindy. This is a game made by the people who made Long War. I think you kind of should have walked in there expecting it's going to be a bit of a long grind. Well, let me ask this. Are you at least enjoying it, or is it painful that you no longer wish to play it anymore? Like Mechanators. I actually don't do Mechanators, like, ever, because we generally have a lot of flesh bodies to do things, so Mechanators are generally not necessary in these runs that I do. I don't stream well because people like to have pawns rather than being assigned a robot. If you at this point the game's over, you've won the game just if it refuses to acknowledge you fulfill every arbitrary objective. Well, why keep playing? Unless, is there like actually an end game screen that you're trying to reach that says, congratulations, you win the game. What do you want? Like that? Like you're actually trying to accomplish every single thing? What's supposed to be on here? Oh, this is supposed to be Promethium. Alright, I was gonna put all the Promethium up here. And then I need to make more of these, because I'm gonna put the Nutramine and Elysium trimmings on here. So Nutramine, I cannot spell Nutramine. Nutramine, literal Nutramine and Elysium trimmings need to go here. Make these critical. It's fine. Let's get those built out. You want your victory screen? Just command console your victory screen, Lamau. Just do that. You're making this way more difficult than it needs to be. It's a single player game, who cares? Or are you gonna do the whole you've cheated not only yourself but the game, you've cheated not only the game but yourself thing that everyone always like memes on? You'd rather be a robot so you don't have to sleep anymore. You still need to sleep in Rimworld if you're a robot. You need to be plugged, you need to charge. We don't have wireless charging on the go. That's not a technology that we have unlocked. We actually did used to play with mods that allow you to play as a robot race, essentially. But that was a very, very long time ago. We haven't done that in a very, very long time. It was very silly. You miss Android Tears? Do you wish we could go back to playing Android Tears again? We're not running VE Androids. I'm not gonna run VE Androids. Okay, we have basic drone, that's fine. Which means I can now get automated agriculture. And then we can get improved agriculture. And then advanced automated agriculture. We have the same thing using the same graphics called Synstructs. I've seen that. I've not actually seen what the difference is because I haven't looked at it. To be fair, here's one thing, Neil. I am trying to avoid using as much vanilla expanded stuff as much as I can. It does add a lot of unnecessary bloat, so I figured it's not necessary in a lot of these runs. It's a fun thing to have if you like having more content, but sometimes more content isn't necessarily a good thing. It's about striking a balance. Striking a balance in the amount of content that you have. This asteroid is a little chunky. I do like it though, but we don't have enough food. We will need to go back to the surface soon enough. Actually, while we're doing this, we should probably keep crafting things that we need. So for example, we're crafting gravlite panels, so when we go to the surface, we'll have a big new thing going, and then we'll need to also make medicine. Hopefully we can haul those Elysium trimmings soon. These have been sitting here for a little too long. Yeah, a lot of these crops have just been sitting there for too long. There's no storage space. What do you mean? There's a storage one right here. Elysium trimmings. Go right there. Unless it doesn't like it for some reason. Isn't recharging more like having a long meal and sleeping? No, so it depends on the mod that you're running, but generally, when you ran Android Tears, you basically had to eat or charge. Right, for energy, for the androids. So you can either feed them food or biomass of some kind, or you could put them in a recharging pod, which they would sleep in at nighttime. So one way or another, you can't just not be sleeping. You always have to, there is always downtime for your pawn if you're going to be an android. Now, that was a long time ago, and we haven't played with Android Tears in a hot minute, and quite frankly, I think Synstructs is the new replacement, but I haven't heard really much about it, so maybe it's not popular, maybe no one cares, I don't know. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, ABF Synstructs, Artificial Beings Framework Synstructs. Okay, it's not even spelled synth, it's called Synstructs, like you're sinning, but with a Y. Okay, so this is just the core, which means you do need the mod. Civil, Utility, Martial, Biomimetics. The Cavalcade of Steel. Oh, it's a faction, I think. Yeah, I'm not terribly interested in... I'm not terribly interested in running it, personally, but maybe if I want to do a form of a Android-themed run. But honestly, I do think I'm a little boring. I like keeping all my runs human-centric, or a variant of human-centric, so that's why we don't do anything super crazy. Okay, this is great, because now what I want to do is I want to dig out an entire section underneath this, behind here, so I can expand the grow op. I want to make a big room full of hydroponics basins. Yes, there is one. It's the same thing that like dolphins do, where it's like half their brain is active at any given time. I can't remember what the word is for it. There's a term that I'm blanking out on. I can't remember the specifics of it, but it's a thing, yes. God, look at all this plasteel. We have so much plasteel now. We should probably go to the surface. We're running out of steel again. I think we've gotten most of what I want built for now. We can't access this right now. We'll get access to it in a bit. I was gonna put a door here. I was gonna put like a vac barrier. But we'll worry about that later, I think. Eventually we'll need to put beds in here at some point. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna expand this. It would have been nice if I had the resources to set up an entire outer area, but again, there's not a lot of room to work with, so it's a little rough. Realistically, I could probably leave Garm up here. We could just be like, alright, Garm, you stay behind. There is an entire stack of meals available in the survival meal palette. Garm does have access to materials needed to build things. Now, will Garm go insane? Probably not. I think Garm could do it. Yeah, okay. I think Garm can stay up in space and should be fine. Is there anyone else that I want to leave behind with Garm? You know what? Immortal, you stay up in space too. The two of you will work together to do whatever I need to get done. Alright, and then everyone else stay on the ship. We're gonna go back to the surface temporarily. Save the game. Worst comes to worst, we'll send a shuttle to, I don't know, send you supplies. Alright, and then we're gonna go to... Let's see. We need materials, and we need food. Foggy pond, wet climate, lake with an island. I don't think we want to go to the Scarlet. There's a lot of pollution over there. What is this? Wet climate archipelago? Birch tree, increased animal life in a fjord. That sounds fun. We'll go there. So immortal? I don't know. Oh shoot! How did I do this? Okay, shoot! I messed this up. Okay. Okay. So launch here. Oh, wrong one. There. And then how do I make sure? Okay, so Immortal and Garm stay behind. Okay. So we're gonna be right here vibing. We don't have beds for you? Well, there's one bed. We'll make another. We have enough materials, I think. Well, we'll find enough materials. Yes, that's fine. To put things into perspective, you have control over the USA, all of Eurasia, including the Pacific Islands, that have enough resources to outproduce every other faction in space. You're just waiting. Can you just use cheat engine to increase your speed up, or is that not possible? All right, here we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Garm quickly crack open the survival meal palette. Wow, the game runs really fast when you only have one map to manage. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. All right, Garm, I'm gonna have you just dismantle this real fast. I'm getting a whole 600 TPS. I have never seen the game run this fast in so long. Until the ship lands, in which case it's gonna crater really fast. You want your Chivos? Does the game require you to play in like an Iron Man mode to get your achievements? If so, that'd be really funny. It would suck. I hope it doesn't. Okay, welcome to this fjord. There's a lot of dinosaurs to kill, so we're gonna kill some dinosaurs and get some food. There's a lot of animals actually on here. Holy cow. They weren't joking when they said increased animal life. I will land like... I think this is acceptable over here. Can't really expand the ship though, which is annoying unless I land over here. What's the move speed on this? 30%? I guess that's fine. I'd rather have the space so we can expand. It does require no debug mode on. What a bunch of cowards, but I guess I get it. Having time after work and head, not feeling like mud is nice and weird. Already knocked out small projects you've been bothering for ages. How bad has your work been that's been driving you crazy? Oh, I know you've got school too, so I guess that's why you've been a little suffering, right? Okay, I'm gonna grab you, and you. We're just gonna have these folks go on a hunting spree. My game doesn't like having two maps open. My TPS is capping at about a 200 or 180 right now. That's not ideal. Okay, let's grab these guys again. Let's go hunting. It probably doesn't help there's a metric ton of animals on the map, so maybe we just need to kill everything and we'll be fine. Which is fine, because we'll just stand right here and press the funny button. You got an achievement, only 1.9, destroying a ship by ramming with one of your own. Ah, like the Star Wars thing. Okay, there we go. Kill these animals, go for the next stack over there. That's an angry bear. Friendly fire yet again. Alright, great. Maybe we should stop friendly firing. Thank you. Stand right here. Just kill anything that gets too close. Alright. Maybe you need to stop walking out there, please. Okay, now we can go over here and butcher them. All right, have a good night, Zayas. Thank you for joining us. I know it's like late over there in Germany. In the Deutschland. Perfect, look at this. We're killing all the animals. All right, let's kill more. Let's go right here. Turn this one on. Maybe Infinite, we should go back. You're dying. Got shot in the arm. Friendly fire. Okay. Okay, that fox is nearly dead. And we'll get improved drones. Okay, so we'll do this real fast. All right, Funbound's having a mental break, whatever. Let him have his break. Let's go check up here. So Garm sleeping outside. I think Immortal should be handling crops right now. No, building the platform is fine. Okay. And then I would like to... Oh. I would like to build another bed. It's a very simple steel bed, so at least there's a place to sleep. And then hopefully we can get more materials soon enough, because they're going to be up here for a while. Honestly, I wonder if we should just grow trees in space. You can probably do that, right? As long as they're oxygenated, you can probably just grow trees, I think. Okay, wakey, wakey, Garm. It's time to get to work. There's rocks to be smashed. Also, these pawns should probably be allowed outside of here. Well, oh wait, we need soil, that's right. We can make soil, I think. Oh yeah, okay, we can... I think we can place garden soil. I think I just need to research it. Hold on. Yeah, we can do soil reclamation to place soil down. As for school done electrical. The training was fired. Oh, the guy you're training was fired? Oh no. That sounds really not good. As for school done electrical, now it's easy through the SolidWorks class. Only sounds like you're learning something. Okay, we're just gonna have this guy run back, and then I'm gonna order hunting down. Everything with a pulse gets ripped apart. Mostly so that I can delag the map. The map is so laggy because there's too many things on here, so we're just gonna execute everything. Oh my gosh, if there's even walruses? Alright, I guess we found some blubber. You shouldn't have too much of an issue ripping through all this, I would hope. Okay. The other thing I need to do is... I've been meaning to set this up so we have 4 spare vac suits at any given time. It just costs a lot, which is the main reason we haven't been doing it. And there's actually not that much steel left, so we need to hunt down more steel. Thankfully, there's a giant stack over here. Although, I did just send my best miner up into space, so... I hope Garm is okay digging out rocks for the foreseeable future, because good lord, there is not much to do up here. I forgot to give them entertainment. Probably not ideal. Well, at least they have food for a while. Yeah, at least they have some food to last them for quite a bit. Yeah. Oh, you know, we should... I think I know how we can do this. We can just keep sending them some, like, steel and components. Like, the ship is like a fully mobile functioning base. I don't actually need everyone on here at any given time. As long as we have builders and materials up in space, we can just keep sending them bits and pieces. I wonder, can you drop pod into space? Like, onto the station? Or is that not feasible? Well, I guess you just send someone on the shuttle and then just send the shuttle back down as long as you have enough fuel. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I think I'm overthinking this. I think we're okay. We also have a lot of leathers we need to kind of rip through and sell off at some point. I mean, worst comes to worst, yeah, there's enough steel and plasteel that they can fashion a chest table. It's not a big deal. It's just a matter of, do they have the resources? Garm out here just literally mining rocks for days on end. But you know what? That's space for you. Space is not going to be easy. Space is always meant to be a difficult place. And plus, they're happy that they're in a space habitat. Also, we should probably run some of these parties. I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. Run the party. Working on trying to apply to at least one new place every week. Now we're having new nuts and yori offer everything besides a raise. Oh, okay. Yeah, if there's no movement and you think that you're stuck, it's probably fine to think about. Remember, in the end, you have to think about yourself. And if you think that they're not going to give you what you want, then just move on. It's time to move on and find something new. I don't blame you. As long as you're comfortable with it, then do it. It was a boring party. People were not happy. Everyone gets a -1 mood penalty. Boring. All right, leadership speech. Today, we are here as we think about our comrades up in space, working hard and diligent to ensure our long-term survival. You want a bionic arm? Sure, we'll get you a bionic arm. Which arm did you want that on? I don't know which one it's gonna put it on. It's gonna replace your left one. Okay, so it's gonna go to the bite. I think that's what you wanted, right? Perfect. Let's get you a beautiful bionic arm. By the way, I'm so happy I got the Steam Deck. I need to find... as soon as I got the thing, I haven't had a chance to, but I'm gonna be modding that Steam Deck. I found a wooden case for it, and I kind of want to get it, but maybe not right now. Let's see. That's fine. Okay, let's have Alana do the surgery because she's probably going to... oh, wait. Steve, you... wait. What do you mean, no doctor? Huh? Wait, hold on. Where's the, oh, did it end up... oh, wait, hold on. Did it end up over here? Wait a second. Where is it? Advanced bionic arm. Oh, it ended up over here. Okay, hold on. Right. Because it ended up in the wrong spot. Give me 1 second. What I'm gonna do is we're going to destroy that one, and then I'm gonna go back here, and we're gonna spawn that in your inventory instead. Yeah, advanced bionic arm. Okay, perfect. So you get one in there, and then I can have you drop that. Okay. I don't know why I can't have you rest in bed. That's really odd. We have multiple doctors that can do your surgery for you. I wonder why we're having that issue. I don't get it. Also, our rice plants have all been blighted, which is also not fun. That's not ideal, considering we're out here killing a bajillion animals so we can get food. So let's also make sure we haul this, haul these, haul this one, and haul that one. All right. Let's get Steve this arm. I have no idea why I'm not allowed to give you the surgery. We have doctors on board. I don't get it. We have medicine abound. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's because... hold on. I wonder if it's because the arm has to be hauled. Hold on. Let's have Alana haul that arm. Okay, wait. So she probably will need to drop that, and then we can haul that in. Let's haul this first. We'll worry about that later. And then... Steve... there we go. Okay, so it's just a matter of the item wasn't in where it needed to go. And now we can operate on you, and now you'll be fine. All right, up here. Still have enough food to last for some time. We'll be fine. And then hopefully this will allow Garm to expand this. Oh gosh, the main problem is there's still not enough oxygen. Like, this space station is not oxygen self-sufficient yet. So maybe it's not even worth really having these oxygenators right now until we can find a way to figure out how I can produce a lot more oxygen. How are you supposed to do this anyways? Like, what is the actual way to create a ton of oxygen? Also, while we're on the surface, what I want to do is I want to make sure we have enough concrete mix. I want to have 2,000 units of concrete mix at any given time ready to go, and that'll be acceptable. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious how much of those oxygen things you need to function long term. Probably also add one of these really giant, these comically large thrusters too at some point. Yeah, in the mod. Okay, Steve, you got your new arm. Congratulations. Enjoy your brand new arm. Okay, so why can't we make Better World Nutrimine? Oh, you need a smart crafter. You need intelligence 10 minimum, but also crafting. And I think the only person who can do this is actually Unholy. Yeah, I think Unholy is the only one who's capable of even producing these drugs. Yeah, that's really funny. You said massive farms. Well, I guess we'll make massive farms too. That's fine. But yeah, anyways, I hope your job search goes well, because I know how hard it is to find jobs right now. I have some friends in tech, and they are constantly talking about how it's like impossible for them to find jobs because the market's just really rough. And here's the thing that was very interesting to me, especially in the tech world. So, do you know how recruiters work? So, let's say you need a job, and so you reach out to a recruiter or something, right? And you try to get a job. Usually what happens is their fee is paid for by the employer after they hire you after, say, 3 months, right? So they'll hook you up with a job, or like interviews, so you can get a job, and then the employer pays your will pay the recruitment firm a headhunting fee of like 3 months of your salary. So usually like a couple thousands of dollars, which is a significant amount. But apparently in the tech world, it's a lot different because of how many people are so desperate for jobs. The meta right now is they will pay the recruiter to try to get them interviews, and the recruiter will only guarantee that they will get a number of interviews to try to get a job, which is so backwards compared to what I'm used to. But I guess with so many people being laid off right now because of the whole AI thing, it's rough. I feel for anyone who has to deal with this. Who's getting attacked by a cougar? Oh, that cougar's dead. I feel for anyone who's like in the middle of that. Yeah, so it's not just that. They're paying. So the way it works is what he showed me. They pay the recruiting firm $500 up front, guaranteed interview within a month. And if they get a job, they then have to pay like 10% of their salary to the recruitment firm for a year. And it's not the employer paying this portion, it's the employee paying 10% of their salary to the firm. And I'm like, that seems a little much. Child advanced platform kill Guerrero, and he'll give us a grav ship shield generator. That seems interesting. But I don't know. I heard that and I'm like, this just seems like not appropriate, I guess. But I guess this is the meta for being in that field. It sucks. Yeah, there's so much. It's so messed up. Oh wait, we can put a railgun turret now. Wait, we should probably put some turrets out here so we have some protection. I don't think we're gonna put that many. I think in the last ship I designed, I put a lot of turrets, but for this one, I think we can justify putting like just a few of these bad boys instead of filling the ship with a bajillion of these high-end turret systems. As long as it can self-supply, I think that's fine. This will need a new area set up for it, so maybe we should expand the ship a little bit first before we do anything else. Yeah, I think we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna expand the ship out even further. We're gonna make it a little thinner. So, oh Jesus, I'm gonna need, how do I want to design this? I think we can go maybe 2 tiles, maybe 3 tiles up, and then we'll shrink it down again. Like that. It's a little bit of a long nose, but I think that'll be fine. I think that'll look okay. I don't know. The whole tech industry's messed up because of the whole AI thing. I still think it's really funny that Microsoft banned anyone from saying microslop in their Discord server because they're just like, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear anyone calling it microslop anymore. I'm like, listen, you can't stop people from calling it microslop. They lie in a bed of their own creation, of their own mistakes, and of their own design. I don't know what they expected. I've tried Copilot. Copilot sucks. I have to sit through an AI training seminar in like 2 weeks that I am not looking forward to, because I just know, because everyone I've talked to that's attended this seminar class says it's awful. But I'm like, all right, let's just sit down and let's just see how bad it could be. But I do not trust Copilot in any way whatsoever. I've tried to feed it data from a few spreadsheets and it does not. I swear it's hallucinating information. Main issue in manufacturing has been that they say they're desperate for work because they don't want to pay for training, but everyone uses different machines. They want old hats or old and leaving one way or another. Much of the industry wants 15 years professionals to appear and not be paid what they're worth. Oh, so basically, yeah, they want senior workers being paid at intern prices, right? That's what I'm understanding. They want seniors paid at, they want, yeah, like the whole 15 years of experience, but they're gonna pay you like you're an intern. That's really rough too. That's disgusting. And then people wonder like, wait, we can't hire anyone. Well, you're not hiring anyone because you're not willing to pay them. You'd pay them in exposure. God, I'll expose something to them, all right. Oh, so we're gonna steal this. We're gonna steal this hallway up. We actually don't have steel. We actually don't have that much steel up here. I gotta make sure I'm a little careful about how much steel we use until we can send more up into space. The little hauling truck. That's okay, that's fine. There we go. So this is probably 66. We can at least expand a little bit more beyond this. I need to put a... I forgot that the only exit doors are at the bottom, except for this one. Forgot these were sealed off. There we go. Come on. Okay. I can do 34 more tiles, so let's see. Let's add a few more substructures. I think I need to put down a extender. What is this one? A grav field amplifier. What does this one do? Dramatically increases the size. Okay, so this one extends the size of the grav ship and increases the amount that it holds by a little bit. This one increases the amount by a lot, but it doesn't tell me by how much. So, unfortunately, that's something I'm probably going to ignore for now, but I'm going to put this here until, like, once eventually can fit that in there. We just don't have enough panels, but that's why we have this giant stack of backstone chunks, because then we can make all the panels we need if we have someone willing to sit there and crafting it. By the way, look at how much meat we have. There's so much meat, so many corpses. Oh, look at all these young deer. You've been tempted to go up to the boss and tell him, I want to go to the most important person you can substitute to CNC, or you're walking. $20 not to cover. $28 an hour? For all the work that you're doing? Yeah, no, definitely see if you can... Sometimes, look, okay, here's the thing. One of the problems is that if you threaten them and they call your bluff and you just walk, as long as you're willing to walk, then it's fine. As long as you have the power and the cards in your favor, then go for it. But maybe they'll just be like, all right, you can go away. That's also a very real possibility that you have to be at least aware may happen. But as long as you understand that and you're okay with that, then you got the power. They can't stop you. If you're doing cleaning, design, and fabrication alone, yeah, you should be paid more. 20 hours as a barista. Yeah, not only that, but you're getting tipped as a barista too, so you're getting even more money. You're actually getting paid a lot more than just 20 bucks an hour. You're getting that tipped pay and all that other stuff that people are into. God, look at all these animals that we're getting. All this food. I wonder if I can... I definitely want to see... I might have to move these bedrooms away. So this Anya's bedroom, I think we'll move it somewhere else at some point until I can put the fabrication room in here. I wish I could minify the fabrication bench, but unfortunately I'm not able to, which is really annoying. Okay, so with 35 glitter Nutramine, can we make Glitterworld medicine, or am I not able to? Probably not, I bet, because this would require Unholy to... Oh, wait. Okay, wait, so you need 12... Wait a second. You need medical 12 to make... Oh, Jesus, you need someone to... Okay. so the only person... Wait, so does that mean Alana's the only one who's capable of making Glitterworld medicine? Because no one else has the medical skill necessary to do so? Oh, shoot, I think it is. Alright, time to make drugs. Time to make lots and lots of drugs. We need that Glitterworld medicine, like, now. So, let's order some drug manufacturing done. So I'm gonna haul this out of here. There's like so much random dinosaur leathers that I just need not in here. Anyways, how's Garm doing? Garm is not having a good time. I think Garm's slowly going insane due to lack of recreation. Let's give them something to recreation with. I will give them the joy of... Oh shoot, that needs wood too. Alright, we can do a chess table. Let's put a chess table in here for now, and some very bare bones chairs. That's not the right direction of a chair, but that's fine. Oh wait, I don't need to make this. I can just grab these stools here. We'll just kidnap the stools here. Because that gives them some entertainment. And let's have Garm or Immoral quickly slam that out. Make more of a subway down the street is walking, but you want to do manufacturing, stubborn, you like to look for greener pastures, something not in defense contracts. Ah, that's understandable too, not wanting to work in the defense industry. It's a very interesting time to be in that field if you like it. Not so much fun times if you don't want to be in that field. I've seen it. I've seen what's going on in there. I actually have friends who work at... I have friends who work at some of the defense contractors, and it's... Well, let's just say they're making decent money over there. But whether or not you're willing to sacrifice your own morals to work at a company like that, it's up to you. I won't judge people for doing so. There's a... Oh, we can go to the abandoned platform. I guess that's not too far. I guess we can go into space with the main crew and go check out that platform. We can probably rip through it. We're being raided by the Empire of the Moon. How bad is it? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of them. Okay, well, they have mono swords and flamethrowers and plasma swords and charge rifles and LMGs. All right. Are they attacking immediately? I should have checked that. What did it say? They are preparing and then we'll strike. The problem is they can shoot us. Okay, hold on. Let's just get everyone inside. We'll go through the north entrance. Schedule everyone inside the interior now. Okay, so just have everyone draft. Let's just move out. Let's move out of the way. I don't want to get shot here. And then we'll prepare our defense. The problem is they have... Well, one, there's a lot of armor flying around there. I don't have anyone on a sniper rifle, mostly machine guns and whatnot. How am I going to approach this? Smokes? Grenades? Wait, don't I have a laser beam? I don't want to use a laser beam. This is why we need missile turret. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. I know how we're going to expand our defenses. As soon as we get enough steel, I have a very, very silly plan. And it involves making M36 PGMs, precision guided missiles. And it's going to involve the death of these poor fools who have decided to walk upon and intrude on our territory. Let's get everyone inside here, please. Let's get these guys inside too. Maybe we might just take a few pot shots real quick. Where's Havel? Havel can probably take a few pot shots. Might be able to bait them out. And I want Sun over here too, because Sun's basically our main defender. And we'll probably just have to fight in this corridor. We don't have any artillery, unfortunately, or high-end cannons, but I do want to try to harass them before they approach us. I also want to have anyone else with heavy weapons, whether it's melee, hold the other line there. Unbound here. I want Anya over here. And let's get X-Slayer also here with a machine gun. So we can try to poke through two separate areas. Remember, every time we hit them, that's one less person that's maybe hitting us. You switch to suppression mode. And you also switch to suppression mode. That's fine. Here. Alright, perfect. They'll have to attack us eventually. They can't stand there forever. Just unload more bullets. They'll take damage as they try to approach us. As long as we have enough bullets. The main thing is, I don't know, I gave Havel... Yeah, Havel doesn't have enough bullets, I think. Too much carrying, that's why. Yes, we play with ammo on. So we're using primarily armor-piercing rounds. Every time they get hit, that's good. A small bit of damage is all I need. There we go. I'll switch them out. Havel is our main suppressor here. Obviously, as long X-Layer as well participating on the side. Havel's running onto last magazine. X-Layer continues to just unload bullets. Yes, primarily because APHE is kind of expensive, and I'm too lazy to remember changing them out to APHE. We've actually knocked down a few of them too, which is pretty good. So once Havel runs out of bullets, I'm gonna have Havel just step away. That's Havel's last clip. So let's have Anya take over. I can click Anya, and I'm gonna have Havel reload that supply. Yeah, so Havel's gonna reload their kit. Okay, you're gonna undraft you. I need you to quickly grab more bullets. And then X-Layer's, I think, on the last one as well. I mean, to be fair, the AI is not moving up. I'm gonna abuse that fact, and I'm just gonna keep peppering them. They have to move up eventually. Charm's on the verge of a complete mental breakdown. Great. And by great, I mean not good. Okay, and then let's just undraft everyone else who's not actively fighting. We'll pull them in later. Umi, if for some reason, has decided to stay inside the freezer. I don't know why. Alright, Anya's got some pretty good shots too, although her accuracy... Okay, there we go. Now they're moving up. Alright, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, so I'm gonna pull you back, and then I'm gonna pull Infidave out here. Worst comes to worst, if we need to evac, we'll evac. Let's pull these guys down here. By the way, we are using AKMs basically, so we got a lot of firepower to behold. Oh boy, we might need to pull Anya in. I don't think she can fight here. Okay, yeah, pull her in. She's getting beaten. Alright, Funbound stands behind. And then we'll do the same thing on this side for now. Alright, you stand over here. Okay, perfect. Not too bad. Okay, Infidave is gonna get beamed to death. Alright. Okay, so the main thing is that they can't really punch through this easily. Okay, so then I can have Anya stand over here probably. And that way we have two sets of guns blasting through here. And then we'll pull in Ray over here. Infidave got shot in the head, lost an ear. That's fine. We'll just keep... If they destroy the engine, it's not a big deal, but I want to make sure I have another warrior ready to fill in that spot. So let's make sure we have these folks moving in. Get Kefir here as well. Sun has taken no damage. He's just holding the line. Perfect. That's fire. All right. They have fire tools, I guess. All right. That's not good. That actually is really bad. Go over here. What is happening? Oh, hello. Okay, yeah, that's not good. So Infidave is dying. Okay, you need to go over here. You need to quickly you need to stop them. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay, the charge weapon's doing a lot of damage. Okay, Ray's dying of multiple injuries. Okay, let's have our very overworked doctor rescue. And then these guys need... Oh, this is going really bad. You can't put fires out. Okay, you put away the fire. You rescue Airman Joker. Our line is collapsing. Okay, Sun is holding what he can, but this fire needs to go away now. So you need to quickly put out the fire before it gets too much. Okay, they're leaving, which is good, but I need to put out the fire ASAP. I forgot to put fire foam poppers everywhere. So this room is getting very, very toasty very, very quickly. So everyone who can put out a fire needs to put out a fire now. Okay, that's fine. I think the fire will be okay. It's just the smoke that I'm concerned about now. Okay, so then I will undraft these folks. Undraft you. Do these guys have anything of note? Shield belts. Okay, the shield belts are actually kind of relevant, so maybe I'm gonna quickly strip all these guys. And then I'm gonna have Kefir quick... Oh, jeez, that fire's still not going away. I'm gonna have Sun just try to assassinate them. Not sure sun's fast enough. That fire's still ongoing. Please go away, fire. Okay, Ray's dying. Okay, undraft you, undraft you. Okay, we gotta figure out how to do triage. Okay, you need to wake up and just tend to Ray. I'm not sure if that's gonna be fast enough, but hopefully our doctors will be able to save. Okay, looks like Ray survives barely. Well, that fire will eventually go away, right? I don't think that's the fuel tank on fire, is it? Oh, it is the fuel tank on fire. Okay, oh no, we're using the Glitter World medicine. I didn't want to use the Glitter World medicine. There's no way to mass change this either, which is really annoying. Oh, jeez, yeah, I can't mass change this. All right, whatever. That's quality medicine. I'd rather keep him alive. Okay. Okay, Ray lives, I think. All right, how do I put this fire out? Okay, you need to get out of there. Tend to just handle this. Okay. All right. Well, that fight went a little not ideally, but we survived somehow, and I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we are okay for now. Anya's the only one who's got major injuries that need to be tended to, which we'll just tend right now. Yeah, I'm surprised that we didn't lose nearly that much. I'm gonna have you quickly strip these guys of their gear, mostly because I want to grab those shield belts. I don't care about the rest of it, but that shield belt is pretty nice. Oh, hello! This one has this head has a Zeus hammer. I would like a Zeus hammer, please. Thank you. Nahil, congratulations. You're getting a Zeus hammer. I don't know what I don't know how you're gonna use it, but you have a big fat hammer now. Congrats. Okay, and then the more important part is we have shield belts, which I can give to actual people that need it. Airman Jokers die. No one's got any brain injuries, right? Okay, that's fine. And then Exonia can probably take one of the shield belts, is fine. Give Xanth the other one for now. Yeah, it's fine. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing, comrade? Good evening. How are you? I'm drinking my water. I'm one thirsty lad. Now, how badly injured are you? Well, there's a lot of words here, but you basically got shot with a bunch of charge rounds. Also, your left middle toe was bitten off, but none of these are permanent. They'll all go away in due time. You'll just need some time to heal up. Unlike Ray, who's still got a bajillion injuries, but that's a whole different problem. Yeah, your middle toe was bitten off by some wild creature of some kind that we have yet to determine. I don't remember what it was. Could rescue this one, but I don't want to. I'm more annoyed that they destroyed my water thingy. Sun has an infection on the leg. Sun doesn't also want to get tended to, unfortunately. Let's see if we can have Alana calm Sun down. Probably not going to work. I don't think Sun wants to be calmed. Please, get him to chill so we can not have to amputate a leg. Jesus, or an arm. Alright. Guess then that's calmed down, so I'm going to have Alana quickly. Okay, it's got to wait. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries that happened. Turns out when you're fighting off the Empire, they have a lot of options, and they're very nasty. Okay, so you have a shield, but you don't really need that shield, so we're gonna have you drop that shield off. You're just gonna run around with a hammer, and should be fine. Okay, and then we gotta rebuild my water generator, and clean up all this dirt, and also get rid of these corpses, because holy cow, that's a lot of corpses. I'm gonna zone here. Storage, clear all corpses that are human-like corpses, that are not colonist corpses. That way I can dump these out of here. Get these bodies out of here. And then Umi, our very wonderful human child that is being educated, is about to learn how to use a broom and a mop. Because boy oh boy, there's a lot to clean up here. So let's but Umi's learning a lesson, so I guess Umi's got to get educated, and then we'll get Umi a broom and a mop and clean up all that dirt. Okay, Okay, so at least we have the oxygenator. The main thing is this area is still super cold. Working on an experimental build, toxifier generator, large pollution pump to get the tox packs out of the water, and then recycling the tox packs to get chem fuel. Oh, you're using the tox pack recycler stuff. How does that work for you? I don't really care too much about tox pack shenanigans, so I never do like any of that waster playthroughs. But hey, if you have fun with it, let me know how that goes, because I don't really know how it operates. By the way, look at all this beautiful steel that we have. Need to dig it out. Okay. More importantly, I think we got to send some stuff up into space, but again, we just don't have enough steel yet. There's none in here. And we got to rebuild everything. Rebuilding is going to be the more annoying bit. Okay, now we can do now we'll do advanced automated agriculture, and I think this one should allow us to automate the trimmings thing, I think. I'll have to see how this pans out. I actually don't remember. Except what tox packs are things you can potentially make use of if you're on top of it, but you have to deal with trash. Oh, okay. But can't you just send that trash, I don't know, fling it out into the void of space or something? Somewhere where it doesn't matter. Actually, how much glitter world medicine? Oh, we actually have 8 glitter. Oh, hold on, we have 8 glitter world medicine, which means I can make another neurocure framework. Of which I believe Unholy is like one. Of which Havel is more than capable of making. Just kidding, I don't have any hyperweave. And I need a new AI chip, so I need to make at least one more AI chip. And we don't have hyperweave because I turned all the hyperweave into battle cloaks. Okay, that's not ideal. I only have 3, I need more. Oh wait, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna load this up with all the furs. And that's probably worth a metric ton, right? Yeah, it's fine. Well, let's load up all the furs. We're gonna go send this out on a trade adventure, and then we'll also bring some components and steel up into space so that the people up there, our wonderful 2 individuals, can keep working. Immortal doesn't have any mining skill, right? No, unfortunately not. So we gotta give Immortal something to do. The lack of components kind of make it hard to make anything up here, though. Maybe we shouldn't have left Immortal up in space. The more I think about it, there's like literally no reason to do so. Actually, I know what we can do. Alright, you know what? Immortal, time to learn how to craft things. And also just dig rocks. There's nothing else to do. You're already up there. You might as well get to work. If I need this area spaced out, then so be it. Add more space. So I'm also going to want this area dug out here. Basically, we want the giant section like that. So you should be able to participate in the digging of the rocks. Or I guess you'll start with the easy stuff. That's fine, too. I don't really do... Yeah, okay, so that's right. I forget you can do that. You can send them to... You can leave them in space, but the orbital traders will not be happy with you. To be fair, orbital traders, you know, they like keeping space clean. They don't want any of that nasty garbage hanging around. Which is the game is like lagging, or even the sound effects are slowing down. Xanth is about to have a massive break risk. Why? Chemical starvation. Very crowded. Of course you are. Xanth will never be happy. There will always be pain and sadness. Alright, there we go. Look at this. It's clean. We actually have a lot of glitter world medicine now, too, which is crazy to me. Just have to keep farming those Elysium trimmings and we'll be fine. I can't believe we can actually just make this much. The main thing I don't have now is Nutramine. I don't have standard Nutramine in large quantities, which does make how much medicine we can produce very limited. So just something to keep in mind as we continue our progress. Is this fully loaded yet? Nope. It's gonna take a while. Right, and then child Umi is nice and happy. The main thing is like the growth education just takes so long. I think Umi will be able to probably hit growth tier 3. I'm not really sure how to make this faster other than what it already is. Also, for other unrelated things, what should I stream a mod for Hoi 4 tomorrow? Or should we just do standard World War II Hoi 4? That's kind of like what I'm up to decide. The alternative is I move Waifu Sector to Wednesday and do Hoi 4 another day when we have time. But maybe giving Waifu Sector after a little bit more time to cook so I can make sure the mod list works is also not a bad idea. Maybe I'll put up to a poll. Hoi 4 or Star Sector. But I know there's people who've been wanting to see some Hoi 4. Hi, Infidave. I know you've been here. You want to see funny map? Oh, testing? So we can make sure that the mod list works, because I'm basically downloading a bunch of anime mods without any concern of whether or not they're compatible. I'm basically like, this mod looks cute or fun, and I'm going to put it in the game. Yes, surely nothing bad will come from this decision. I have played Hoi 4 mods. I think my favorite one is Equestria at War, but that one is a very long playthrough. My biggest issue with Equestria at War runs is that they usually take like 8 hours to get through, right? That's usually a game with an 8-hour playthrough versus a standard Hoi 4 game, which you can get about 6-ish hours. If you're playing Speed 5 the whole time, you can probably get it done in 4 hours, which is what I usually do on stream. I've been waiting for someone to make a Hoi 4 mod where I can play Mongolia and just Return of the Khanate, but no one has made a mod like that yet, which is incredibly sad. Maybe one day. You're allowed to play, you're allowed to post links. I don't care. As long as you're not like self-promoting or whatever, I have always been fine with it. Amazing things are happening on the Hoi. Oh god. The fire rises, not so pretty, Derby. Oh no. I have not played the Fire Rises. My understanding is that it's a modern day Hoi 4 mod, right? I kind of try to avoid doing modern day Hoi 4 based content because I try to avoid getting too close to real close to real life events in a way. Hello Garm, how are you? Hoi 4 already brings in a lot of weird people. I don't want to bring in like more weird people that are like, oh, why not play Russia #1? There's people like that, unironically. We've had Hoi 4 viewers come in. Whenever I stream Hoi 4, like we always get like a bunch of strange folks arriving. Also, yes, I am a dork. How are you doing, Garm? How's work on your map going? God, I remember when I first streamed Hoi 4, like a long time ago. Always people come in, like, speaking Russian, and I'm like, please, you hear me speaking English. I have made zero indicator that I understand any amount of Russian. Please. You're working on your map, right? Aren't you working on a map for Works Resources Soviet Republic? Weird neutral purple-haired people. I don't... What do you mean neutral purple-haired people? Actually, I'm kind of curious. What is on the Steam Workshop for Hoi 4 now? I'm kind of curious. Let's see. A lot of Chinese mods. The Rise of... I don't know. That's a bunch of weird random stuff I don't think I'd want to use. I think they also like added like a new DLC update thing. I think it was just specifically like a content pack. We're supposed to get a Hoi 4 DLC soon. Like it's basically like the whole Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Siam, and a bunch of other places are getting added in. Whatever the name of the new DLC is, I can't remember. Thunder at Our Gates, that's what it's called. It's supposed to come out Q2 2026. So anytime it'll come with Australia, Siam, and Indonesia. We'll probably play Australia or Indonesia. Okay, so Kaiserreich. So the main reason I like to stick with normal Hoi 4 World War II is that for the most part, anyone can come into the stream and they'll understand what the heck is happening. You start playing Kaiserreich or Equestria at War, someone's gonna come in and be like, why is there My Little Pony in my World War II game? So that's kind of why I don't really do much besides typical World War II, although maybe I'll do some mods to make it a little more fantastical. Right, which we've done before. I think we did like a Eldritch Mussolini mod one time, and that was definitely a thing. Historical events from 60 years ago, post-World War II, fine. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm probably not going to play any Cold War stuff. I don't play, for example, what's that one mod called? The New Order? Yeah, I don't play the New Order. The New Order is, Hello, Alana, and here we are, colony of catgirls on Rimworld. Well, you know, at least everyone who looks at this will be like, okay, I can tell this is Rimworld. It's just a completely bastardized version of Rimworld, but it's a different problem, right? Well, MLP walks so Umas could run or something. Is that how that works? Fallout when? I don't like Fallout. I'm not gonna play Old World Blues. I actually don't like Fallout that much. At least modern Fallout stuff. I never really got into it. Maybe Hoi Fortress to get something offended with anime in their map painter. Isn't that the same thing that we can say about like Elite Dangerous, where they always get offended like anime in my space trucking game? So here's my issue with TNO. I think conceptually, TNO is a really cool game, like mod, but one, I don't want to read an entire novel on stream, because every event in TNO is basically like 4 pages, or like 4 events of fan fiction. And then you start reading some of them, and it's like, yes, so today I am going to play as Heinrich Himmler and pretend that I am recreating the great Aryan state and fight against the funny mustache man and also use eldritch powers. I'm like, no, thank you, I'm good. I don't really want to do that type of role play. I'm good. You know your opinion on those people. I do know your opinion on those people. That's true too. Did I make anime JC? I did play the Tanya mod, yes. Okay, the Tanya mod is anime, so it's fine. Anime Catgirl JC. What do you mean by that? Also, we have a Wanderer. Wanderer named Lee wants to join us. It's Funbound's ex-husband. Our colonists will be sad if we turn him away. I guess I have no choice. All right. Welcome aboard, Malie. We'll probably send him to the void in a bit. I don't really want to keep this person on our colony or on our payroll. We'll kill a caribou at some point too. I'm gonna start getting these corpses in here. I think the Tanya mod was perfectly fine. The Tanya mod was very, at least it was still Hoi 4 coded. Oh shoot, I see what's wrong. I forgot to unrestrict everyone. Yeah, at least the Tanya mod was Hoi 4 and anime coded, so it was perfectly fine. It's fantasy it's fantasy anime war crimes, and not like war crimes based on things that people would have actually done in real life had they had the power to do so. That's why we stick to standard World War II stuff. Am I lagging out? Nope, I have not dropped any frames, so it might be on your end. I've been like, I religiously track how much frames I'm dropping in case something bad is happening. My audio's cutting? Is it like really cutting out? Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm still looking at the Hoi 4 workshop because I'm actually kind of curious what's on here. Like, what is the hot new thing people are into in the realm of Hearts of Iron? Large ceasefire mechanics, animated Minecraft main menu screen for some reason. You can build the chronosphere, yeah. Remastered version of stuff. What's my voice only? All right, let me unplug my mic and replug it. All right. Hello. Is it still laggy? I had someone else tell me earlier that my microphone was like a little weird earlier, so maybe it's not just you. No, good. All right, that's good to hear. I'm glad it's functioning correctly. By the way, look at this. You're learning how to dig rocks. Your mining skills going up bit by bit. Soon we can expand our glorious production facilities and add more crop fields to our whatever this is, but I'm gonna need to dig out more. The hallways are very much not consistently sized here, by the way. Just accept it, I think. We'll find a way to fix this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. But yeah, what is in the Hoi 4 realm right now? I actually don't keep up with a lot of Hoi 4 mods anymore. Tensions on the Korean Peninsula. Oh boy. Oh, that is a lot of content. Oh, it's basically a Korea mod, so you can play as Korea, despite the fact that they're under... Oh, because that's right. I think in the new big expansion that they did, Korea is now an independent country that is actually just a puppet of Japan, rather than Japan controlling the land, I think, right? I think that's what happens. Oh, hey, they actually updated on the Clouds of Heaven, Final Judgment. I've actually been waiting for that one to get updated for quite some time. Although I'm not sure if they finally got around to making all 4 focus trees, which is the more important part. Yeah, they did actually add it. Ooh, maybe we'll do that one. That one's a little silly. Although, again, that's probably something I try to play on my own time. Maybe I'll play the Fire Rises. Should I play the Fire Rises? The Fire Rises. Let's see here. Let me double check. The Fire Rises is a... God, I'm actually subscribed to this already. It's the year 2020. All right, maybe not. Total War 3 Kingdom. I did stream Total War 3 Kingdoms a while ago. I think I only did it as one stream. I thought it was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. S&P 500, sure. I like that. That's a funny tag. All right. We are now the S&P... Where's my ampersand? S&P 500. I think make it as like one word. Okay. Oh, okay, so I can't actually put the ampersand. We'll do S and like the letter P. There we go. There you go. Stonks. You're enjoying roasting jungle tribes with fire cannons. Without any context, that sounds a lot more horrifying than it probably is supposed to be. Honestly, if I had to stream a Total War game, I'd probably stream Total War 3. And then we would just play China. We would play Grand Cathay, and I would download the mod that makes the amount of enemies that spawn that attack the Great Wall like 500 times more numerous and deadly. And then we would just be constantly doing defensive battles, trying to hold back the tide of chaos. I think that would be kind of interesting. And then I would name all the different, lords and agents after people. It's like, all right. Or I could even name units. Like, this is Immortals, Celestial Dragoons, or something like that. And we could just role play it like that. That would be kind of interesting. Maybe we can do that at some point. I'd have to re-download Total War. I actually don't have it installed anymore because it ate up way too much space. And I have not installed my new hard drive yet, and I have been primarily focused, like all my space is basically, here's Battlefield and here's Final Fantasy. That's where most of my hard drive stuff is. Is this thing ready to go yet? Oh my gosh, it's not even loaded yet. Wait. Why are the pawns not actually loading this? Or is it just like, okay, they're just taking their time. Got it. That's the problem when you have too much stuff to load. I saw a mod that you can make a shelf and it will automatically sell whatever's on that shelf and just give you the appropriate amount of silver. I don't know how X-Slayer ended up over here fighting for his life, but we probably need to go save him. Oh, I know what happened. I forgot that he was set to auto-farm those things. Alright, let's grab these folks over here. Alright, let's go save him. Alright. Unfortunately, that means X-Slayer is about to get mauled to death, and so is the opposer, so let's get everyone out of here. Okay. Oh, hundreds of volley. That seems excessive. Clearly the game that we should play is Battle Brothers again. No, I don't know if people actually like Battle Brothers. Watching Battle Brothers has been a while. I feel like I'm really bad at Battle Brothers. But hey, it apparently works on the Steam Deck, so I plan on installing that at some point. Okay, let's go gunning them down, please. One can be good at Battle Brothers if there's enough faith in Battle Brothers. Let's tend to you. What is wrong with your injuries? You have... your toe's gone. I've not actually played Legends. It's been on my list of maybe I'll play this one day, but I've not had a chance to do so. You know what? Hold on. These guys are already here. Let's just, drafted hunt. Kill everything that walks here. Everything that walks is at dinner. There we go. Perfect. And then we can haul these over and start eating those up. And then X-Slayer is good to go. All those injuries are tended to. Perfect. Things are trying to kill us, but we'll kill them first. Come on. Reload your Meowson. Okay. What are we shooting over here? Another wolf. Okay. This is shallow ocean water, yes. So we do need to get these corpses inside quickly, because I don't want them staying out here. That wolf has somehow dodged all of our bullets. Alright, I'll draft all these. No. See, it's curing it. Natural curing of the meat, okay? We're just curing it with seawater. It's totally fine. It's totally edible and delicious. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. Okay, now that... Okay, hold on. I've been wanting to do this. Now I can actually expand the ship. It's been... I think I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I have 28 panels. Okay. The problem is I don't have enough Gravlite panels to do the extender unless I rip apart the Astro... Wait, I can't actually destroy this. It doesn't give me anything. Okay, hold on. I know what to do. Where's Havel? I think Havel's our primary crafter, right? I'm gonna have Havel sit here and make me large quantities of... No, not the concrete mix. Do the Vaxstone blocks. That's more important. Oh no! I think it used... No, it didn't. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, we actually have enough Vaxstone blocks now. Okay. We are making the panels. The panels just take a long time to make. Xler's got infection. Didn't someone else have an infection? I swear someone else had an infection. Sun? Unless he survived his infection. Oh, he did. Okay. Unholds. Oh, yeah. Unholds are really rough. And he plans on playing the Star Trek game. Wait. Oh, the one that's made by, What's it called? I know which game you're talking about, because I think it's being developed by someone that I was, like, a studio that I kind of follow, and I can't remember exactly which studio was making it. I'm not gonna lie, I know very little about Star Trek. Star Trek Voyager, is that the one? Oh yeah, this game just came out, like, 2 weeks ago. Made by Game Excite, which is Dalek Entertainment. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yes, Fagoth, hello. So let these guys do their thing, and then hopefully we can go up into space soon. I need to get this all loaded up too, is the problem. Maybe we can have Umi load this. Hey, load the ship. That's fine. You want the big face? Okay. Hey, it's me eating up your entire corner of the screen. This is probably gonna annoy someone who's watching the VOD, like, why is the screen so big? Oh, right, I forgot to turn off the Pokemon on this screen. Yeah, that's fine, I guess we'll leave the Pokemon for now. Actually, no, it gets in the way, I'm gonna hide the Pokemon. This screen, I normally try not to have the Pokemon on screen while we're doing Rimworld, in case I need to edit the VODs later, which I've never done in, like, the 4 or 5 years that I've been doing this, but it's eventually, in case I might need to do so. Functionality, if that makes sense. But no, I don't think I'm gonna play the Star Trek game, primarily because, one, I don't really care for Star Trek. I know a lot of people love Star Trek, but I really don't know much about it aside from this is a Klingon, this is a Vulcan, and this is the Starship Enterprise. That is, like, as much as I know. I've seen the movies, like, so whatever was in the new what's his name? Was it Michael Bay? No, was it James Cameron? Whatever the new Star Trek films were, like in Star Trek Into Darkness. Now I need to look this up because I can't remember who actually did this one. J.J. Abrams. I don't know how I completely mixed them up. But yes, my Star Trek knowledge is basically what was ever in the J.J. Abrams films in the reboot. And also that, what's his name was in it? Simon Pegg is Scotty, apparently, and there's something else that I'm forgetting. We don't know that Darth Vader came from the planet Vulcan. Okay, I'm not that incompetent when it comes to science fiction. I at least know that Darth Vader came from the planet of... Well, it was Anakin Skywalker. Oh, wait, what planet was he from, actually? I'm forgetting now. I'm blanking out. Tatooine? I think it was Tatooine, right? Yeah. I hope it's Tatooine. Okay, I'm glad I got it right. Cool. Listen, my brain is filled with a lot of unnecessary knowledge, primarily around Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. Okay, occasionally I need to, and also like other highly specific things. Oh, literally line from Back to the Future. Oh, well, I missed that one. I did watch Back to the Future, but it's been a very, very long time since I've seen the movie, and I'm not going to remember every reference in it. You have to remember, streamer brain means I function at like, what, 25% capacity, right? One thing to remember, that's a lot of visitors. Holy cow, they're going to make my lands dirty. All right, let's go talk to them, see what they got. I did fill this up with most of my leathers, but maybe we can just sell them all the garbage that we don't need. We've at least cleared out most of the animals, but there's more animals that have spawned in, so those will need to get trimmed out as well. They are making my lands dirty. It's disgusting. How dare they come in and ruin my good floors. 15 different things at once. That's also true. That's also very accurate. I actually do like Back to the Future. I think it's actually a really fun movie franchise. Would highly recommend watching it if you ever get a chance. I need to make sure I have it on my Plex server. I don't know if I have it on my Plex server or not. Alright, what are we buying from these people? So, they have nothing of note. Alright, cool. Awesome. They can have all the garbage clothes, I guess, that I don't really need, so we can sell that for a pittance of cash. Beyond that, they have nothing. I don't know why they're even here. They're just, like, here to graze upon our lands and consume my fields. Also, these two... Oh, shoot. I think they're out of food. Alright, we may need to send up a... Okay, let's see. Can I... We need the ship filled up soon. Can you, Okay, well, hold on. I need this filled up now. I wasn't paying attention, and they apparently ran out of food, so... We gotta get this filled up quickly. Problem is there's, like, so much to haul. Umi can't carry that much. You know what? I think we can increase their carrying capacity if we give them undersuits, right? If we give them undersuits, they can carry way more. The problem is giving everyone an undersuit. What if I'm just lazy and I give everyone an Errol undersuit? Just call it a day. Let's see. Would I lose respect for chat if I found out they earned Gooner bucks? Like you have like a what, like OnlyFans or something? Or you do like loot commissions? I don't care. Listen, if you gotta do whatever you gotta do to make the bills work, then that's it. I'm not here to judge your lifestyle. I'm here to be an entertainer. What kind of person would I be to judge you for doing that if I'm also you know, you provide a form of entertainment to people, I'm providing a form of entertainment to people. Just completely different forms of entertainment, but it's still entertainment. Like, it's not my position to question how you make your money. If someone came in here and said they were like, I don't know, an OnlyFans model, and that's how they make their money, but and they're not advertising it, and that's just, they're here to discuss how to make their money, then that's just like, all right, sure, cool. Well, you're making money. You're earning that bag, queen or king. Does being a furry artist pay high? Yes, it does. It sure does. If you're willing to make not safe for work furry art, you can get paid big dollars. You're playing the second DLC for ICBM Escalation. It's a US power fantasy. I have not... I've seen you play that game, but I'm not actually looked at it too much. Hello there, Kitsin. Welcome to this wonderful Rimworld stream. I'm sorry if I just saw your message. I've been like... It's hard managing a YouTube chat and a Twitch chat. Twitch chat's more active, so I kind of look there more frequently. But yeah, if you're willing to pay... If you're willing to draw that type of content, there is a market. Like, listen, there's a market for everything. Whether or not you want to capitalize on that skills to make that market, that's a whole different thing. I could merge them, but I have a program to do it, but I'm lazy. Actually, I do think it's nice that Twitch says that they're okay with you not... You know, you're allowed to combine chats now, because you weren't allowed to do that before. Oh, you want the mod list? Do I have a way to give this mod list to you? Oh wait. Oh, I don't think I updated the mod list on the website, did I? Hold on. I don't think I did. Let me double check. It's been a while. I keep forgetting to update this thing. No, I definitely have not updated this. Whoopsies. Let's see. Is there a way to provide this? Copy? Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay. File export to clipboard. All right, here we go. Let's do this. And then I'm just gonna go to, what's that website that people use? Pastebin. I'll just dump this on Pastebin real quick. Yeah. All right, sure. How heavily hardware for AI is expanded in China and India, and no matter Blue Sky or Reddit. So wait, hold on. What do you mean, Fagoth? What do you mean by that? Said something on the chat for someone making money by doing something they only enjoy, whether it's through OnlyFans or prostitution, or people are paying for it, and should be treated each trade as such. I mean, like I said, my philosophy has always been like, if you gotta do whatever you gotta do to make the bills pay, I'm not here to judge it, right? People do all sorts of crazy things to make money. Like, if I had the art skill and someone was willing to pay me like $1,000 to draw, you know, questionable furry art, I'd be like, all right, how big do you want, and how much fluids do you want flying around? Because $1,000 is $1,000, and I would just make sure it's not associated with any of my main socials in any way whatsoever. You would just have a completely separate hidden account for it. That's really all it is. It's gonna replace many occupations and remove the human element and integrate all aspects of it. Wait, what we're talking about this AI stuff here, Fagoth? What's the topic? I know AI, like, I know we talk about AI a lot, and I'm obviously very much negative on AI stuff right now. I've talked about this before, but, you know, I like the human element in a lot of things that I do, whether it's art, work, socializing, all that other stuff. Also, we gotta get these guys food. I need to get them food ASAP. This thing ready to go? Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna load this up with some meals real quick. I think we can just load it up with like 20 meals and they'll be okay. So let's load this now. I gotta send it up into space. Kill 1,000 aliens at this point? They're stubborn? Well, you know what? They're aliens. Who said that they were gonna be easy to appease? Can you keep loading this with meals? Stop not doing that. Why are you moving slowly? Okay. Is this enough food? Okay, one more stack. You're always our greatest ally, ancient Indo-Aryan civilization. Wait, what are we talking about here? I don't know what you're talking about anymore, Fake Up. I've lost the plot. Alright, I need someone to pilot this, so I'm gonna send in Boomhouse. He's already here. Alright, Boomhouse to space. Just drop off some meals, that's fine. Wait, how much chem fuel did that say? Okay, just enough. Alright, just land right over here is fine. We'll just drop off some food, and then I probably should have brought some components up there, but they'll be fine. We're probably gonna bring the ship back up here anyways, momentarily, so it's not a big deal. So then we're gonna drop off the meals, and then I'm gonna have you get in the shuttle again. I thought I dropped off more. I guess not. Well, 10 meals is enough to at least keep these two fed for now. We'll grab more in a bit, consume that, and then fly back. That's the win condition for, well, I don't know what the Academy win condition is, but sure. Okay, we'll let them do that for a second, and then Garmin Immortal should be fine. They have tables. Their oxygen pump broke because there's no components. We probably should go back up to the surface. New scary movie? No, I don't really care too much for the scary movie franchise. I don't watch horror films. I don't know why people like watching me. Like, I don't know, Ray loves it when I watch a horror film because she just wants to watch me get spooked. And I'm like, I don't want to watch horror films because I don't want to get spooked. I want to just chill. Stop making me watch horror films. I want to watch literally anything else, please. I don't like horror movies. I like action thrillers, like Jason Statham and what was the other ones? I know scary movies are comedy, but they're still I don't really want to watch horror movies or horror themed stuff that much. I like my action thrillers. Actually, you know what my favorite type of film as of late is actually I don't know how to describe it. It's like talking movies. Like movies that you can kind of just listen to in the background, but you can still follow the plot, where it's primarily a lot of dialogue. So a really good example of this, The Conclave. That movie about where they're trying to pick a new pope, where it's primarily just talking. That movie I actually really loved. I love that genre of film. I don't know what the term for it is, but it's really fun, and I enjoy it. If you've never seen it, I don't know how to describe it to you, but I do kind of recommend giving it a watch if you're into that type of thing. Yes, and you're still watching. I'm still watching the movie. Like, I'll peek over, I'll watch it, but I'm also listening a lot to the movie. Right? Find a compromise. Let's have fun, and your wife can have fun. Ah, well, Ray will have fun no matter what I do, regardless. Oh, that's like dying on me. Do we have enough? I forgot to check how much building material I have. We have 521 concrete. That's probably enough to at least get some portion built out. Also, there's a bunch of dead corpses here for some reason. I don't know why this is in here. There's a specific spot to dump this in. I don't know why this is here. Lincoln would have been a good one to use, especially reading impression right. He also has the right name for the movie. The movie about passing of Civil War. I would probably watch that. Like, as long as there's like tension in a talking film like that, I would probably watch it. I'm trying to think of like another one of those that I had watched recently. I'd have to pull up Plex, and I don't remember. Like, I don't want to log into Plex right now. But yeah, like I said, those are the types of movies I like. Hopefully that makes sense. What was another one that I enjoyed? Oh, there was one I really liked called I think it's called the Kane. What was it called? It had Kiefer Sutherland in it. Something Mutiny. What was it called? I'm gonna pull it up. I think it was a really good movie. It was called The Kane Mutiny Court Martial, also known as... Actually, that's what it's called, The Kane Mutiny Court Martial. It's a really good movie about essentially a naval commander who's like on trial for... Well, it's more like he's not the one on trial. He was like the leader, he's like commanding a ship, and then his second in commands basically relieved him of his command, and it was being treated as a mutiny, so they're being court-martialed and all this other stuff. It's actually a really fun film. And I think the way I would interpret it is that it's almost like a play, but just in film form. And it's really fun to listen to and fun to watch. I love the acting in it. I don't know. You know, was it with dads and husbands and just listening to movies? No offense. I think it's because like a lot of times we want to do other stuff while we're watching or listening to and consuming media. Maybe it's a desire to consume multiple forms of media at once, but I typically will do one thing while I'm doing another thing. So if I'm watching a movie, I'm probably, if I'm watching a movie at home, I'm probably on my phone, playing a game of some kind, unless it's a movie or eating. Usually it's eating. That's just kind of how you get to approach it. With some deep ball knowledge. But yeah, I recommend the Kane Mutiny Court Martial. I thought it was called something else. And then what was the other film that I saw the other day? Lance Reddick was in it too. I like talking about these movies because I think it's a genre that I think is very underappreciated, like these drama thrillers and thrillers. I like legal films too. Legal films are so fun. There was one that I was watching the other day that I really enjoyed called... Oh, I know. The other genre of movie is like historical thrillers. I was watching one the other day called September 5, and it's basically the Munich hostage crisis, in the Munich Olympic hostage crisis, but through the perspective of a news crew that was covering the event, and it makes use of like historical footage that was actually taken at the time and woven into the narrative of how these people were handling this event, right? Because being a news reporter isn't just like saying, here's what's happened. It's like you have like people on the ground trying to, capture the footage and doing whatever it takes to be able to report on the event. So I really enjoyed September 5. I don't know. I'm a sucker for movies like that. Nuremberg was another good one, where it's like what's the word I'm thinking of? That's the film about the I'm blanking out on the term. The Hermann Göring trial. That's what it was. During the Nuremberg trials. That's what it was. That one's really fun. What else is there? There's a bunch of other ones that I'm like blanking out on, but things like that. I love those types of films. Dramatic and historical thrillers are probably like my favorite genre. Also, we are gonna go back up into space soon. I think we've gotten a lot of what we wanted. We have a good chunk of steel, so I think once we get this stack, we'll just probably head up. Mostly because we can keep these guys fed. These guys have some food, but it's not gonna be enough for them. We need to finally start sorting out everything here. Basically, this needs a lot of steel. At the very least, it doesn't need that much helium-3, so that's like one small blessing. Although we may need to get another... We may need bigger batteries at some point. Yeah. Because at least with enough glass steel, we can keep making more expansions. You like how this looks, though? You like my little nose on the ship? And probably add like a small complete nose, and that'll be the tip of the ship. And in fact, let's do that right now. Let's just cap it off for now. Oh wait, we don't have to cap it off. We have the expansion. You know what? If you ask for a spinal cannon, I might put a spinal cannon in here, but I'd rather not. I actually want to expand the ship out just a little bit more. So this is not going to be permanent. This is very much temporary. This is just a functioning design. God, it's actually lagging pretty bad. Is this an anal cannon? No, it's not an anal cannon. Wait, what? Where are you hearing that? No, this is a very normal ship. We're just expanding it out a little bit here. All right, look at Umi go. All right, let's get everyone inside. That plasma conversion is nice too. Let's do... I guess advanced multi-analyzer is okay. Not having an anus is abnormal. Well, I'm not here to talk about anuses, but you do you. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We got everything we need, I think. Let's go into space. We have how much steel? 2,000. Is that it? We should have way more than 2,000. I thought we had way more than that. Well, let's haul all this in. That's at least another 1,000. I want all that inside. Is there a head cannon? We could make a head cannon. Let's see what my weapon choices are. So I can put 90mm flak turrets, or I could put two 50 M51 uncharged auto cannons, or I could put two M64 railguns. Like this. We could afford it, but we need to find a way to, you know, fuel it. What I do want to put at some point is add these vertical missile launchers here and here. Those vertical missile launchers will act as, well, extra deterrents for the enemy, so they're not, you know, trying to ruin my day. It's probably the biggest ship I've made so far on any of these streams. It will be nice to eventually go back to a Rimworld colony where we're just on the ground doing normal things instead of all this other stuff. But that's still quite some time away. We have enough food to last us for a indeterminate amount of time, so I think we'll be fine. I also want to start allowing ourselves to make carnivorous meals, just so we have a little bit more food. It's 50% more nutrition. No, we do have a space base. It's just not a very nice space base. Only 2 people up here, and they are perpetually sad. It's not easy being up here, but they're trying. I also need to come up here and collect the Elysium trimmings. So, it's getting there. Basically, once I get all the steel in, we're just gonna head up. Hopefully Steve's on the ship and not off the ship, so we can just fly up. Alright, let's go. Think we got everything. I'm not really interested in killing more animals for now. However, I need to make sure everyone is inside the ship. Let's do that real quick. There we go. Ship interior is fine for everyone. Hello, Nizzy. How are you, comrade? Oh, wait. I don't have to be big size anymore, right? Hey. I'm normal sized again. Crazy. Hi, Nizzy. How are you doing, comrade? How was your Rimworld stream? Unless you're doing something else. I don't know what you're up to. Also, hello there, Polarium. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Oak. I play funny strategy games. That's basically my entire shtick. And we're playing Rimworld today. And we're making a very cool space base. But how was your stream? Was it fun? We just shout out thing, I think. I think all the mods might be asleep now. There we go. Perfect. How's your colony going? Unless you're doing, are you doing anything like fun on your colony, or just doing a normal Rimworld run? Can any Rimworld run be considered a KFC factory? Okay, that sounds at least entertaining. We're going up in space right now. Here's our beautiful grav ship. It started off as the No Hope, and then became the Some Hope, and now it's the Full Hope. And then we're going to our little space station, which is kind of a work in progress. Your colony's perfectly normal. Your colony is full of maids that kidnap other people and then give them animal ears, and then the animal ears actually brainwash them into becoming maids also, isn't it? I'm saying maids are... No, maids are normal. Maids are normal. They're very, very normal. Trust. But anyways, Lizzie, thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went well. You need a rest or whatever, do that. And for those who are new here, I do a lot of strategy games if you like that. And in case you need to ask, I am a guy in real life. I just like using an anime girl model. This is a question that pops up every single time. And we always get someone who's like, what's going on here? Why the voice? Because that's just how I sound in real life. Is it totally normal? Your cat ears said so. Exactly, yeah, your cat ears are telling you that maids are very normal. Only thing you came here because of Rimworld, you don't care about anything else? Well, hello there, Biacolor. Hopefully you enjoy your time watching Rimworld at least. Hope you like our very big grav ship. Speaking of which, let's just go over here. I can actually speed this up now. Alright, where am I gonna park this stupid thing? Okay, so I can park it... I think... Where did I park it last time? Here? What does it mean there's gonna be damage? Wait, what damage? Whatever, screw it. It'll be fine. There's your glasses check. Gonna be lurking. Alright. Well, yeah, grab some food. I'm also pretty hungry too, so, you know, in about 40 minutes I'm gonna end stream, and then I'm gonna go eat something, and then, I don't know. Critical heat spike, causing a structural heat to surge beyond the safe level. Okay, that's fine. The ship will be okay. Your most recent save is Grab Ship with Deadman Switch, and you end up making Titanfall. Oh my gosh. I will say, one of the coolest things about Deadman Switch is, like, having mechs. I love, like, the mech suits. I do love that aspect about DMS, although DMS is a little wonky in terms of balance. It is very cool, but it is the coolest aspect. Okay, so let's see here. So who's unrestricted? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these 4 are unrestricted. I don't have any other spare suits. I do have 2 spare suits. Also, I don't know why there's a corpse in here. I thought I got rid of this one. Oh, Jesus Christ, I thought I got rid of these. I need to dump these here for now, I think. Storage, critical corpses that are rotting is fine. Wait, I thought DMS was patched for Combat Extended. I think it says it's not patched for Combat Extended on the Steam page, but it will usually... I think they have like a custom patch that's made by the CE folks. And switch. Let me double check that. I might be wrong though, but I could have sworn that it was compatible. Yeah, I'm actually using a wonderful voice changer. I mean, if you really want me to use some voice effects things, I could be like a degenerate and switch this. Hold on. Like, I could do, like, I have one of these, what is it called? I have a, what's this bloody thing called? A Go XLR. I could press this button and I could do voice effects. Like, I could sound like this. I have no idea what it sounds like, by the way. Or I could make it...
Turn the knob all the way to the right and probably sounds incredibly high-pitched, but I have no idea. I can only hear myself.
I will never do that again because I'm sure it's going to break someone's eardrums. It probably sounds awful. I know it does. It has Head's Hog ear causing the exact line sound. Probably a different mod. Cease. I knew someone was going to say cease. I knew it. Also, hello, Skypeon. How are you? I do think it's kind of funny, like how every single time there's a mod, that, like any mod that comes out that adds weapons or content, the first thing anyone ever asks is CE compatible? Compatible with CE? 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 Combat? Is Combat Extended? Combat Extended? CE compatible? That's always the first question. And then I'll always read the comments, and everyone's always just like, is this combat extended compatible? Is this C compatible? It might be a meme, but it is like the #1 thing I see all the time. I'm sure it drives people crazy. Steve is ran out here to yell at Garm, and he's about to collapse due to vacuum burn. You gonna go inside, or are you just gonna wait until your lungs pop out of your mouth? All right, cool. All right, now that we have this, we can at least expand this. Okay, so I wanted to expand this out by... I want to have like a row of walking space here. At least it'll look nicer. These are about 4 tiles wide, so it needs to go about here. And that should be more than enough for now. Well, if we're already digging this much out, maybe we need a... 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, so maybe we just go all out, actually. Just maximize space. Oh wait, yeah, I definitely did this wrong. Okay, so if it's 4 wide, probably be up here, and then we can cancel this one here. Oh my god. Okay, select this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We got 4 tile, and then that's perfectly okay. There we go. Here's the heavenly echo effects. I can raise the thing Daffy Duck. I have no idea what it sounds like. Like honestly, I don't have my like voice audio piping back into my ears so I can hear myself. I just hear myself, right? Because my ear pads on my headset are so worn out. I have had this headset since 2007. It is, or sorry, 2017. So it's almost a decade old at this point, and it still functions fine. The only problem is that the battery is kind of dying, so I have to kind of keep it plugged in a lot longer. Who's dying? Oh my gosh, hold on. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, because he ran out to yell at people. Okay. So Steve died of vacuum exposure extreme. I thought he was set up to not go outside. Oh, but he was yelling at wait. Oh, wait, what happened? He's yelling at Havel. Yes, he wasn't in a vac suit. That seems really stupid. I feel like even if you were having a mental breakdown, you wouldn't just walk outside with without your vac suit and then just die. Seems really stupid. I'm gonna say that he gets to live. Mostly because it doesn't really make sense. I get you can be irrational when you have a mental breakdown, but you're not gonna just walk outside and, I guess, do that. Well, actually, I guess there could be logic where you could. I guess that's true too, yeah. I guess it probably would have been fine to keep it as is. Whatever. I've committed to just keeping him alive for now, just because I thought it was really dumb. Alright, we're gonna fill this entire thing with beautiful concrete now. Anyways, what was I talking about earlier? You don't know how people can listen to themselves talk while they're talking? You just can't? Well, some people just want to make sure you sound the way you think you sound, right? So, I can see why, but I would not be able to do it all the time. I can only hear myself because I'm talking, and that's about it, right? I'm not piping my own audio into my own eardrums. That would drive me insane. Aliens have also been pushed to the absolute edge of the system. You only have so much work left to do. Isn't that a good thing that you've basically defeated a lot of the aliens? You defeated the A's? How does it feel to beat the A's? Alright, let's stop mining this. I would like to mine all the other stuff that I've been ordered to mine. I would like this portion mined out. And then I can expand that section here. I also need to start digging over here too. We've gotten so much plasteel and a lot of steel. We just have to keep expanding this. Especially because we have a lot of... Oh, hold on. Hello, Garm. Where are you? I need you to... Perfect. Traveling the edge of the system takes months. I mean, isn't that how it works in real life too? That would make sense. Or is it like really, really long? Let me take something off real quick. You just press pass. Is it? Wait, it's turn-based, right? I forgot. The game is turn-based, which is really, really strange. For some reason, I thought it was like a real-time game, similar to I don't know, Hoi 4 or something. Wait, it's not turn-based. But it says you press pass, like it sounds like a turn-based game. I thought it was like a real-time thing, like Hoi 4 or Stellaris. Oh my gosh, I haven't played Stellaris in forever. I actually uninstalled Stellaris a long time ago. I've thought about reinstalling it because I'm like, this game was kind of fun. Maybe we could play Stellaris again. Ooh. Council actions are okay, they're turn-based. Got it. So some things are turn-based and some is not. Okay. What a very interesting game design choice. Cancel all this. And then these will all get canceled here. And then hopefully once this is set up, I can open up this room. We actually don't have that much oxygen, by the way. I do need to pay attention to how much O2 we're using per day because we actually don't store that much. I could make this way bigger if I really wanted to. I probably can. How much panels do I have? What I'm going to do is I'm going to build another one of these graph field extenders. I'm going to drop it off like here. And then that'll expand the bottom half of the ship. Must be in range. Oh! We need a graph field amplifier? Oh, this is awkward. Wait. Oh, okay. I think I see how this works. This is very dumb, but I think I get what's happening. Okay. So the way this is designed, I need to put a graph field amplifier somewhere in this wacky production room that I have set up, and that's the only way I can extend the grav field even further. But since I'm too lazy to do that, we may not be able to expand further down here anymore, and this is basically as big as it's gonna get. Although, honestly, I might get rid of the solar gens. I don't think I need the solar gens anymore. They're kind of redundant at this point. At the very least, we can add... Okay, so I need this built out and sealed off, and I would like this dug out, this one dug out, and this one dug out. Alright, Garm, get to work. There is things to be done. Perfect. That way, we'll have an access point on all sides, and we can build this in, and then we can delete this wall, and we can have our wonderful, brand new, expanded farm. That's going to require multiple hydroponic spaces that consume a metric ton of steel. So 200 steel a pop, and I only have 3,600. Have we loaded this up with all the leathers yet? We have not. I need to sell this. Yeah, we need to sell that at some point. So I can maybe buy more materials when I'm too lazy to just go out and buy them myself. Let's get the Elysium trimmings too. These need to get hauled in. Every Glitterworld medicine I can make just makes life a lot easier for our colonists. Wouldn't you agree? Why do they keep dropping the corpses off in here? I'm going crazy. Like, why are we dropping these off in here? Stop doing that. There is a specific spot I have designated for the corpses where they go. Am I crazy? It's a critical, right? I don't understand why they keep doing that. That seems a little silly. Why are you dying? Oh my goodness, we have someone who's addicted to smoke leaf. I forgot to send this person to the farm upstate. All right, well, we'll worry about that later. Let's focus on one thing at a time. I also have how many units of concrete? 573 units of concrete should allow me to expand probably into here. Now the question is, how do I want to design this? This is supposed to be like some kind of main entry unit hall. This is the dining entertainment room. Obviously these are mostly utility closets. We do need a spot to put bedrooms in at some point. So maybe, why don't we expand this hallway here? And we can put bedrooms along this area. And because we're on the space station, I think we want to make sure that our pawns have slightly better living conditions. I don't have a blueprint mod, do I? I used to have a blueprint mod, and now I don't, and now I'm annoyed. Okay. So, we also need to put, like, some plant pots, I think, to at least make this look a little bit more bearable. Like that. Ooh. Okay, so... how do we want to design the bedrooms. How big of a bedroom should a person in space realistically need to not go crazy? Should we do 3x3s? 3x4s? 2x3s? Maybe 2x3 is fine. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. What if we do... Wait, hold on. I have an idea. I think the design should be like this. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then I want to use the eccentric repair cabinet. But I think we'd also need a double bed, right? Maybe like this? By sleeping colonists. Okay, so maybe it'll... I actually have no idea. I don't know if Alana's here, but I wanted to ask if anyone sleeping on the bed applies, or if it's only the person closest to the bed, or to the supply cabinet. Hello there, Arctic Fox. How are you, comrade? Welcome aboard. I think how I want to do this. Wait, I have an idea. What if we make these rooms a little taller? So what if I do... Oh, this is a little expensive. And then I can put a smart end table here. I like to think that I'm fairly quick on the uptake with someone saying something. Oh, you know what? This actually doesn't look that bad for a bedroom. Hold on. Do these count if they're in the corner? No, so it has to be next to the head. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So if I design it like this... Is this a good bedroom? Seems a little questionable, but it might be functioning. You're just used to YouTube having immense chat delay. I think I have my chat delay set to minimum, which is why I was able to read whatever you said very quickly. Ooh, this would be fancy. Look at these very fancy space station housing. This is what the people want. This is what our dear rich comrades need. Oh wait, we don't care about money in this colony. I need more people in the spacesuits. Who else can go into space? All my builders are already space capable. Who's our miners? Immortal. All right, Sweet Child. Sweet Child is now space capable. Put on the cool gear. You don't deserve this thing anymore. Drop these off too. Perfect. With a different accent? I don't have... Wait. As in your friend has an accent or I have an accent? People keep saying I have an accent, and some people say I don't have an accent. I like to think I don't really have an accent, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so Sweetheart can mine, and then I'm gonna allow Sweetheart to go leave the ship. So hopefully that means Sweetheart can do some work as we continue our expansion. By the way, look at all this Vaxstone chunks. That's what we needed. He's Estonian. I have something. I hope I don't have an accent. I like to think my accent is just very generic English. Generic American English. Primarily because, it's kind of like an amalgamation, I think. I mean, if you really wanted to, I could put on the Filipino accent and talk like this the entire time, which would probably drive someone crazy, but I'm not going to do that. American English newscaster accent. That's a good... I like that. I like hearing that. If I have a newscaster accent, then that's fine. I could also talk about, I could probably try doing like a really bad mid-Atlantic accent, but every time I try to do that, someone's always like, no, stop doing that. I'm gonna destroy this fortified wall here. Perfect. Come on, Havel. You can rip this apart. Alright, free yourself from this. Okay, this room should be now oxygenated, which is fine. Just deconstruct the rest of this. Thank you very much, Havel. Thank you. Do this now, and now. There are hints of it? Okay. Well, I will just say I am not in any way, like, Eastern European, if that gives you an idea of what I am. Yeah, there's no Eastern Europe. Oh, shoot, it's... Wait a second. Is this not roofed? I guess this one... Wait, this wasn't roofed the entire time. Oh... Uh-oh. Well, that's why all of our crops exploded into a million tiny pieces, huh? Alright, well, that's not ideal. Can we fix that? Can we put a roof in here? Didn't chat at all last stream, but you got Filipino. I am. Don't worry. I make a lot of jokes about it, too, every now and again. But I don't live in the Philippines. I'm definitely one of those, balikbayang type folks, if you're aware of what that means. We could go to the ship, and there are 30 defenders, if I'm willing to fight for it. I never put the turrets on our ship in the first place. I don't think I really want to do that. Is this not capable of growing crops anymore? Why is it... Where is it unroofed? Hold on. How do I check the roofing? Oh. Oh. Is it because it's too... Oh. Okay, I see what's going on. So you need a pillar here. It's actually too big. Okay, so that's the problem. You need some kind of column. I didn't realize that, I didn't realize there wasn't enough material here. Fake Filipino, shake my head. What do you mean? Listen. Actually, okay, fair enough, yeah. I think last time I went to the Philippines was when I was a very, very little child. I was but a wee little professor at the time. And then all I remember is S&M Mall and some other stuff that I'm forgetting. They look really good, but you can never anticipate where they're from. There's a lot of stereotypes about Filipinos, which is also really funny. For example, the most common one is that how every Filipino at least has a relative that's in the nursing industry. In fact, a good 50% of them are probably going to be in the medical field. In the US anyways. Hey, Graywin, look, I'm big-faced now, just as you asked. See those pixels? Sure. What kind of pixels? I will say, the one unfortunate thing about this big face is that there's not a lot of, like, it does lose some of the detail. For example, when I'm in the normal model, you can occasionally see the fact that I have the singular fang. It's a cute character trait, okay? People need to remember that the fang exists. It's only one, too. There's not more than that. It's just one. It's too big. All right, we'll go back to the pixel model now because Infidave wants his Nyanya Goshuji Nishama. Hey, what up? Actually, wait, I can put the knife up here too. Hold on. There we go. Look at that. You get the big face and you get the big knife with all that delicious tomato sauce ketchup that you're into. There's someone you like is Filipino too many times. I don't know. I feel like I can generally spot a Filipino. I don't know. I feel like knows like and can identify for the most part. Also kind of how some of them like carry themselves. That's what it is. It's how they carry themselves. That's the real way to track. Okay, here's our brand new by the way, our brand new area here. So this is gonna be our, I don't know how to describe this, our brand new housing area. Just like that. Speaking of tomato sauce, you're cooking some pasta sauce. You always keep worrying why you undercook the meat. Oh, are you putting it like literally in the like just the raw meat into your sauce and you're kind of letting it boil cook in a way? There's nothing wrong with that as long as it works in the end. Who cares? It's not usually my way of doing things, but hey, if it works, it works. Oh my goodness, we're finally getting this built out, so now we'll have proper... Oh shoot, these heaters are not enough. Alright, we're gonna have to put more heaters. I'm gonna need to run more power. Yeah, this room's too big. Just like that should be fine. Turkey meat. Oh, okay. That sounds delicious, honestly. Alright, oops. Okay, we're back. I need to use the restroom because I've been chugging my water and I'm basically out of water now. So I need to, you know, do that. 1 second. Okay, I apologize. I'm back now. Also, what? Okay, so we're talking about the sauce thing. Also, hello there. Jean Luc. How you insert numbers there. But yeah, I actually don't know how to make a sauce, honestly, from scratch. Because most of the time, if I'm making food, it's very simple. I can do Asian sauces. I really do not know how to make anything that's like European themed. Or like a tomato-based sauce type thing. I mean, I'm sure I could just watch a YouTube video and be perfectly fine, but most of the time I'm doing like very simple pan sauces. Like if I make like a lamb chop, or if I make like a steak, I'll make a pan sauce out of the drippings, and then that'll be my dinner. Usually combined with rice or noodles or something along those lines, because that's what I do. That's what I cook with. Simple as that. Also, this base is taking a long time to build, unfortunately. Like, as much as I would like this to be faster, there's no easy way to do it. It doesn't help that to get into the base of the pawns, you have to walk like a very long hallway. And these storage units are, as big as they are, take a while to actually move things around. Good husband is... I don't know, I feel like I'm trying my best, but that's why I have a ring on my finger. And that's cool. I hope one day everyone here who desires companionship will find companionship of some kind. It will be difficult, and it will be an arduous process. But if even someone as I can find someone, surely others can too. That's what I believe. You'll marry your IRL goth BF. Well, I hope you two will have some beautiful goth children. Or something along those lines. I don't know. I was like having some discussion about goth stuff earlier, and I cannot remember what it was now. It was something really dumb. Okay, more insulting sprees here. It's fine. Companionship. What kind of ship is that? What do you mean? This ship? Oh, companionship. What kind of ship? It's this thing that it's a ship that docks with another ship, and then they make multiple ships for some reason. Or maybe it's a brand new shipping category on AO3. Take your pick. It's up to however you want to interpret it. Yeah, AO3, that's a thing that exists. This actually doesn't have that much fuel. I actually don't know how much helium-3 this thing consumes per day. I wish I knew. Ships making ships help reverse? Exactly. A tender vessel? It's your interpretation. I'm letting you interpret it however you want. Oh my gosh, everyone's just yelling at each other. I don't know what's making them go crazy. They're hungry, supreme expectations. There's food. They just go over there and walk and eat. But here they are instead complaining about the lack of meals. Oh shoot, I should probably make sure there's a door into each of these rooms. I forgot about that. Yeah, I kind of forgot that these need doors. Okay. Anyways, our little thing here is slowly getting put together. Can you pull that heater up? Put these together. Don't care about that. Asteroid mining. Scientists successfully mined meteorites on International Space Station using microbes. Is this the thing that just happened recently? I know there was like something I read like, oh, they found life or something on an asteroid or meteor or something. I can't remember much about it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So how long until that thing ends up on Earth and then multiplies and we have no protection against the mysterious microbes that have been frozen in deep space's vacuum for many, who knows how long, and then it basically initiates some kind of global apocalypse. Take your pick. Is it going to be zombies? Is it going to be just a flesh-eating plague? Or maybe it's some kind of virus that will give us psionic powers. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Anything's possible if you read enough science fiction. Can this be built now, or is I still don't have the components? There needs to be a better way to do this. This thing is like super slow. Even with 100% walk speed, why does Gar move slowly? Oh, well, I guess having a scratch on the left leg doesn't help. And I think, actually... I forgot. I think... Oh, Garm's oh, I forgot the vac suits make you move super slow. Oh, right. Okay. That sucks. That's why we're not able to get anything done, because movement is painful. So the only way to fix this is, let me think. Well, we gotta get them out of the vac suits. So if we can put them inside of if we can put them in the undersuits, that'd be ideal. But that's a lot of other crafting and a lot of other setup that we don't have right now. How would I even pull that off? How would I set that up? Yeah, colonizing space is very difficult. We're trying. It's just not easy. I can't even grow crops here right now. But yeah, you're working with what you gotta do, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. Even Boomhouse kind of moves kind of slow. Like, what's his move speed? 2.06. The vac suit and the hyperweave armor battle cloak is killing it. Yep. And all the stuff crashing down from orbit over eternity have killed us by now. In real life, probably not. Realistically. Oh, I mean, if there's microbes on it, no, because even if they end up on Earth, like a lot of those asteroids are gonna burn up anyways. Like, you have to remember, there's a lot of small things in space that do quote unquote hit the Earth, but they hit the atmosphere. And I mean, the atmosphere is pretty big, and then a lot of things are just gonna burn up before they ever touch the ground. The things that actually touch the ground are the anomalies, and that's a lot rarer. Just something to keep in mind whenever you start thinking about, like, where are the asteroids at? Well, because they just burn up. There's a reason why also, like, supposedly, like, you know how there's a bajillion Starlink satellites up in space that are just clouding the space, you know, the atmosphere? Supposedly, when they're done and their usable life is worn out, they will just crash them into Earth and they will burn up in the atmosphere. Supposedly is their plan. Because turns out when you have to punch through a ton of air as you approach Earth going at terminal velocity, you're gonna generate a lot of heat and it'll burn up a lot of stuff, a lot of metals, a lot of minerals. These are repair cabinets from Eccentric Tech. My understanding, if I did this right, is that whoever sleeps on here, their gear is just gonna repair as they sleep. If we can get enough materials to support such a thing. Nah, no sleep accelerators. No sleep accelerators for this run. This is fine. Not British enough to colonize airless rocks. What is that? 1,000,000 kilometers from Earth? Yeah, we're not British enough. Could be American enough if there's oil to be found. If there's oil to be found, maybe you can start colonizing rocks for oil. That's a whole different solution, though. Okay, what do you mean there's no power here? Oh shoot, I didn't build that power cable. Immortal, I need you to build these power conduits, please. Thank you very much. Maybe the other ones too. Come on, I want these built out so we can actually hook these power cables up. Okay, and then we're gonna have you build these ones after that. Perfect. That way we can at least try to get some crops built in here. Okay. So these are now hooked up, and then let's just crank these up to 40. I think that's how I'm doing for all. Oh. Crank all these up to 40. Okay, so now this room is 0 centigrade, which is... It is warming up, which is good. Oh, I just realized ancient concrete does also have a decent amount of walk speed, too. It's 100%. Anyways, I think at least the ship is looking nicer, but the actual space station is... It's taking a while. By the way, look, we did get our first stack of housing units set up. So my goal is that I would like all of the housing units, to, you know, housing bays to look like this. Maybe we'll put some nice flooring in here, too. Some more reinforced concrete, because this seems to be the nicest looking one, and it's very sterile looking, so it kind of fits the vibe of a space station, kind of like that. And we'll just add more hallways and whatnot to continue our existence. It's just Rimworld getting Kino base takes a lot of time. It does. You should see some of the other colonies we've done in the past. They have been very, very large. I think we did one in a lake inside of a mountain, and that was really cool. The true Soviet brutalist living quarters. To be fair, these ones are actually like high-tech brutalist living quarters. You'll understand soon enough when we get there. I don't think we need this anymore, because Sweet Todd and Immortal just sleep up in space now. Actually, you know, because these two are the first ones up here, I will grant them. So Garm gets this one, and Immortal gets the other one. Congratulations to your brand new sleeping assignments. May you make excellent use of your brand new quarters, comrades. And then hopefully here, I think what I'll do is I'll try to run a hallway from here to here, right? And then leads up to here, I think is my plan. I forgot to download a mod that lets me deconstruct the ancient blast doors, which is kind of my own fault for forgetting. But let's see Garm try out this new bed. Never mind, apparently Garm's gonna get to work. That's fine too, I guess. At least Garm can build. Oh wait, hold on, here we go. I want to see how this works out. Yeah, see, so you can see that the gear is there. Now, they're still wearing it. Now, technically, if this was hooked up to a... if this was hooked up to a supply cabinet, or supply shelves with materials, it would automatically repair said gear. Now, the problem is we don't have supply shelves with materials, and so that's why that's not actually doing anything right now. It's just kind of there. So, just... It is really cool if you can set it up, but we'll try. It does look it looks nice though, doesn't it? Doesn't it look sick? It looks sick. Research double strand. Might need that. So since they're both shotgunners, their weapons would get repaired as well as their armor would get repaired too, which is the vac suit. In an ideal world, you'd probably have undersuits too. Actually, wait, I just realized I can put Rimworld on my Steam Deck. I don't know how well that would pan out. I think I'd rather play on my PC, honestly. But also having it on the go would not be the worst idea. Also, I'm just gonna have Havel dismantle these doors, please, these walls, please, so that they can actually escape. Perfect, and let's get some more concrete in here. Yeah. But hey, look, at least it looks nice, right? We're getting there. I think this bedroom actually can also be dismantled. I'm gonna finally requisition this space as part of the general crafting area. I think I was going to use it as a toilet at some point, but I don't think that's necessary. I think at this point this can be removed and repurposed. What's my favorite Linux distro? I don't use Linux. SteamOS. SteamOS is my favorite Linux distro. Is that a viable answer? I like SteamOS. It'd be I know they're trying to allow... I think Valve's trying to allow SteamOS on more devices that's not just the Steam Deck. Such as, like, obviously their Steam machine, or the Gabe Cube, as I'm gonna call it. And then I think there's a few other, like, handheld PCs, like the Lenovo thing that's also... bloody, what I'm thinking of. Also going to be allowing SteamOS, which is quite nice. I think it's great that they're allowing SteamOS to be on more devices, and they're not locking it to their proprietary machines. I just realized I never researched APHE and Sabo rounds, so we should probably do this. Avatar reminds you of Starbound, no offense. I mean, I don't see any offense to be taken. I backed Starbound. I played it when it came out. For whatever that's worth, because, yeah, Starbound. Definitely a game that exists. And people played it. Yeah. I think there's a bunch of people here that did back Starbound. I think we had a discussion about this the other day too, but everyone's got fairly negative opinions on whatever Starbound ended up becoming. I definitely do. It's a shame. Yeah, I think you might have been one of the people, Nihil. It's a shame whatever happened to it. It definitely had potential, but unfortunately potential doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. I like the music. The music in that game is fantastic. I love the music in Starbound. It's just a shame that obviously they couldn't really live up to the promises of what they were trying to deliver. There we go, look at this. Look at my beautiful space base growing. Oh right, we have a TV. I'm just gonna drop this TV off in here. I don't know, they can watch TV while they eat, I guess. That's fine. Put it here. Yeah, and then over here I'm gonna have to adjust this at some point, but that's okay. I think a lot of people had the same opinion. It had potential, it just didn't live up to the potential, and then it sucked, and then it died, which is a shame. Anyways, I think I am getting a little hungry, so I need to do some eating food very soon. So I think this is probably a good point to stop for the day. I think we got pretty far. We'll be definitely playing more Rimworld again next week as usual. Tomorrow, I know it said Hoi 4, but I think I'll put it up to a vote whether or not people want to see Star Sector or Hoi 4. But it'll probably be Hoi 4. If I don't do a poll, it's going to be Hoi 4. If I do a poll, you can have some influence on what we might play. Alright, I'm going to go rest and eat some food and do some other things like sleep and mess around with my Steam Deck. Alright, also hello, yes, it was good seeing you too. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe or follow on whatever platform you're watching on. Subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch, etc, etc, etc. Say hi to Pompino. She's playing Rimworld also. I just pulled it up. Looks like she just started with a single pawn. So that'll be interesting to see. Anyways, everyone, good night. I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, our streams start an hour earlier than normal because that's the new schedule. So just keep that in mind. Goodbye. I'll be on Discord if you need me.